Hello and welcome back to the Curse at Ravenspire Dungeons & Dragons live play podcast. I'm your Dungeon Master, Doug Kapoff, and joined with me are our players, Ethan, playing Rivers, the human fighter, Drew, playing Lysander, the elven bard warlock, Kevin, playing Casimir, the human sorcerer, Pat, playing Roderick, human barbarian. And finally, Darren, playing Calsulis, the tiefling rogue cleric. This is the When Bards Attack podcast. All right, welcome back to Dungeons & Dragons, the When Bards Attack podcast. We are on episode 4 of Curse at Ravenspire. Just a reminder, we've got our main, or our new campaign anyways, our Starfall all original campaign starting next Sunday on March 30th. So check that out. Like and subscribe. You know, Ethan's been trying to get me to say that for a while. So beyond that, we're going to get started. So let me get our players in here, and we will kick this off. So welcome back, everybody, to Curse of Ravenspire. Last time, our adventurers finished taking care of basically a haunted house, the Death House, as part of our Curse of Strahd official campaign. The characters found that this house had been possessed by a pair of ghosts, a bunch of children, or two children, that lured the adventurers off of the streets of Barovia or Ravenspire and into this haunted house where you could not escape until the demon that had been summoned previously was vanquished. So as we wrapped up last game, the creature in the dungeon was slain. And once it was done, the curse around the house itself broke, and all of you found yourselves back in the streets of Barovia where you had left. It is the middle of the night still. There is a full moon. As you recall, there is uh, basically this castle over the hills here that looks over this small village. Um, and occasionally the clouds break enough to see both the outline of this giant castle as well as create a little bit of moonlight on a night that had no moon when you arrived here. So that is still an odd occurrence. Um, where we left off, as you left this house, or as the curse broke, a man was standing just outside of the property, who you now know to be Strahd himself, Strahd von Zarovich, the vampire lord that you were warned about. There was a brief discussion with him about why he brought you here, what's going on, You didn't get a lot of information from him. Made comments that Pat asked you, "Can we leave?" Made some interesting comments. First of all, he called you all prisoners here, but he referred to himself when he said that. He said that we are all prisoners here within the mists of Barovia. Uh, you asked, I think Darren asked specifically, "Hey, why did you bring us here?" And you got the impression from him that he just sort of was bored and he was looking for some entertainment. Seemed to have lured you all in. And so after a couple of threats were made, a couple conversation pieces were made, Kevin, our friend Casimir, made a couple of interesting comments. He seemed to know a little bit about this vampire more than the rest of you, based on a couple of the things that he said. And where we left off, a human male had walked into the conversation, armed with a longsword, started to threaten this vampire lord. Uh, Said he needed to stay away from his sister, very specifically. He held him with some sort of spell, paralyzed him in the middle of the streets. The man, that is, Strahd, just kind of waved his hand. This man became frozen. Uh, he finished his conversation with you, and then you saw Strahd just sort of explode into bats and fly up into the sky. So where we left off, Ethan, you were just helping this human male up that had walked up. You were just helping him get to his feet, and that is where we are going to pick up. So before I do, is there any questions before we kick this off? Okay, then let's jump right in. Roger, you were helping this human to his feet.
Rivers or Roger?
Oh yeah, Rivers.
Oh, Rivers. Sorry.
All good.
Full starts with R. Too many R's.
Two big human R's, the swinging swords.
Right.
Yeah, help him up, dust him off a little bit. Grab him with both hands. Like, are you all right, Istmark?
Well, thank you. Who are you?
I'm Rivers.
Who are you people?
I'm Rivers. We were sent here to find out what's going on in Barovia. Who are you? What are you doing here? What can you tell us about Strahd and what just happened?
There's much to tell. This is not the place to have this conversation. He kind of looks around the street. You're in the middle of the street where you've already seen undead kind of moving through the streets at one point. This is not the place to have that conversation. He looks past you, Roderick, kind of really taking Rivers, kind of taking in the whole group behind you, who are in the shadows a little bit. But he kind of eyes both you, Darren, and you, Drew. Looks at the two of you, and you see him kind of step back from you, Rivers. Kind of grabs his sword back up a little bit, kind of looking at the two of them. Whoa, wait a minute. What are these? Are these demons? Are you with him? Are you with Strahd? He kind of holds his sword up, looking at you and looking at them, kind of back and forth.
Yeah.
The racism is well and alive in Barovia.
The D&D racism is going to come out before session 5 for sure.
It's an isolated rural town. I mean, It would be really weird if it were progressive.
Okay, Istmark. Well, we're from the big city. Put my palm up and attempt to calm them and say, "Don't worry. These are we're all friends here. I mean, friends. We were all sent here together. We're all of the same mission. And actually, if he lets me, just quickly introduce, name off the characters.
Go ahead. What do you say? Yeah, just give them their names.
Yeah, just informal. But and then continue and I'll say but you were right. This is glance around. This is no place to have this conversation. It's like Midah always said. There's no use to trying to build a village if the ground's a swamp. Do you have anywhere safe around here that we can take shelter in and you can bring us up to speed so we can make some progress?
Yes. You can follow me into the tavern. It's just around the corner from here. I don't know that I can trust these creatures. What are you? He steps past you now, looking at these other two.
Doug, have this guy make a Constitution savings throw.
Okay. Oh, I guess the dice would be helpful tonight. What am I rolling? What's my save?
That's a good question. Doesn't I'm looking and
Whatever your spell, it would be whatever your spell save is.
Don't light him on fire from the inside out. This
no.
guy actually seems.
What about from the outside? You light him on fire from the outside?
What's your spell?
Spell save DC 15.
Okay, what do you cast?
Friendship.
Oh. Okay. He rolled an 11.
Hell yeah.
So, what does this look like?
So I just tell him, calm down. My, like we're not with Strahd. We're actually his prisoners too. And there's a soothing calmness to my words, almost like a tension that was in this guy's chest, like suddenly just relaxes, and it becomes like almost like incredibly spacey and groovy. Like, yeah, we are friends, absolutely.
He does relax as the words come from your mouth here. You see his tension kind of drops. If you swear to them that they are friends, I guess it's okay. You can follow me, but Kevin, are you someplace where you can? Are you still driving? I've lost Kevin for a minute.
He's muted.
I just got home.
Oh, perfect. He seems to relax as he looks at all of you, but he does take a closer look at Kevin as well. And you see him kind of point his sword at him, but not in like an aggressive way because he seems less tense, but kind of points his sword at Casimir. What about this one? Is he the one who led you here? This Vistani trash?
No, we're actually it's a long conversation. Perhaps you said we were gonna go to some place where there was gonna be food, maybe even like a bed to lay down on. Why don't we just go there and have this conversation there?
Kevin, do you respond? Does anybody respond at that besides?
Yeah, but I can't stop coughing at the moment. Doug, actually, I don't have my character. I just got in, so I don't have my character anything up yet. I walk over to him as he says that.
Okay.
Is he still on the ground? He's standing up.
No, he's standing up. He's holding his sword, but not in an aggressive way anymore, because you sense this wave of magic come off of Lysander, and you see that he's at ease, but he's definitely looking at you. And for the rest of you, this is the second time you've heard the word Vistani. Strahd himself, when he drove past the cart, made a comment about, "Oh, is that a Vistani with you?" And he said no. I believe Kevin specifically said no, or didn't respond. I can't remember. It's been 4 episodes, but this was the second time I heard that phrase.
Didn't I know what they were already anyway?
No, you know.
No?
Nope.
Oh, we talked about
that. Why do you refer to the Vistani as trash?
Most of them are spies of Strahd. They work for him. Do you, Vistani?
No, haven't worked for him ever. I don't know Strahd. Just met him, as a matter of fact. I wish I'd known him better.
Pity he escaped, devil. Yes, sorry. And he shakes it off, still under this spell. Looks at Lysander. Yes, so let me take you inside. We should get off the streets. Follow me. And he keeps the sword drawn, but he takes a couple of steps back to put a little distance between all of you. Sort of, you could see like a honed warrior couple, just to make sure he's not right next to you guys. And then he does turn his back to you and starts walking pretty much the way you came originally. Do you guys follow?
Yeah, I'll
follow.
Yeah.
It's a short walk. He basically comes back to the initial cross street that you guys came to when you first came into the village, and he hangs a right further into town. If you recall, there was two sources of light that you could clearly see from the edge of town. One kind of near the middle, and then you can also see that there is some sort of a chapel in the kind of northwest kind of direction, so kind of forward and to your right. And so he starts walking pretty much right down this main street, and within a matter of 2 or 3 minutes, and he looks like he's looking around the entire time, very on defensive, kind of looks at each house, looks at each alleyway. He's definitely primed for anything to happen. But he walks you just a few houses to a small structure that is lit up. You see a couple of lights, a couple of lanterns outside the front doors, and a sign above the door that says "The Blood on the Vine Tavern." Doesn't look very big. Doesn't look like it would be big enough to be an inn, but it looks like some sort of tavern. And it's the only building that you've seen. And as you walk up this small street, which again, you pass maybe 10, 12 buildings that are pretty tightly packed within this village. It's the first one with any sort of life or light around it. This should be safe here.
As we approach it, do you feel any kind of like magical threshold, like outside of the building, like if we're that close yet, like kind of like Last Light In vibe, Baldur's Gate, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you don't sense any sort of magic at all. You just see two glowing lanterns lit by like a true just flamed light. Okay. Flicker in the night. And he just walks up. It's like 2 steps up to like a front porch, and then opens the door and starts to walk in. As he does, he puts his sword away as he walks in.
Yeah, I mean, I'll sheath my sword and follow, like kind of glance back at the group, assuming I'm kind of near the front, make sure that no one's, holding reservation. I do want to talk to Casimir about what a Vistani is, but I think now is not the place for that, so I'm going to hold on to that.
Place for it.
I'm pretty sure that's not something you just like come out and ask somebody about.
Steps,
I think they have to like talk to you, invite you into that conversation.
So yeah, I'll follow him in.
Okay. Everybody else following in? Anybody doing anything special or of note, or are you just strolling into this small tavern?
I mean, I'm on high alert after between what we ran into before and the fact that obviously these people are afraid of us as much as they are afraid of everything else. Yeah, full on awareness.
Okay. Keeping your senses peeled. You make your way into this small tavern. It's very small. Let me see what kind of color the official content has for it real quick, if any. All right. One thing you'll note as you walk in, it's called the Blood of the Vine Tavern. You can see it's where the F was. There's a N that's been scratched out, so you can see that it was originally called the Blood on the Vine Tavern. It's been changed to the Blood of the Vine Tavern.
Interesting.
Indeed. It's not very big. You can see the sign has been changed. You can tell that the tavern looks like it was nice at one point. It's small, only about 8 tables inside, plus a long bar that runs across one side. A nice hearth at the far north end of the room, directly across from the front doors. Crackles and burns brightly at current. So it's been well stoked even for this, whatever hour this is. You would think, based on what time you left, this feels like it should be like 1 or 2 in the morning at this point. But the fire is well lit. There's not many people inside, however. So there's 8 tables. All of them but one are empty. So there's one table. You see 3 women sitting at the table, all human, wearing bright colored clothes that remind you of Dragomir's clothes, the guide that brought you here. You see bright yellows and blues and gold colors. They look very flamboyant. Nothing like Ismark. Ismark's clothes look very plain and simple, dark and drab colors. These these three clearly stand out, and they all look at you as soon as you come in, kind of take you in. You don't, and because you're watching for it, I think, Darren, based on what you said, you don't see any sort of like reaction from them, like this violent reaction. You see, it's different. Definitely measured. They're definitely watching you as you come in and taking you in, but and their eyes probably do linger a little bit on the two that look a little bit more demony. But
A little bit.
nothing like the reaction that Ismark or the little children gave you. Behind the bar is two other humans. A younger male, probably in his 30s, short, dark black hair, nice goatee, also wearing pretty bright colors, maybe not quite as intense as the three women or Dragomir, but certainly a bright hue of golds and greens. And then you see another kind of larger human there that looks a little bit pudgy, who is just currently cleaning glasses. His clothes look very drab as well, kind of dark browns and grays, just very, very does not stand out at all like the other four humans in the building. They all watch as you come in. The bartender that is cleaning the glasses, this pudgy human, does not look up at all. Just continues wiping an empty glass. The other human male behind the bar immediately kind of comes to, kind of out of his stupor as you walk in, and welcome in. Please come in. Ismark, it's good to see you again. And he just strolls in, nods at him. I would say you guys can see that he looks at the three women, Ismark does, with sort of a scour, moves past them to the farthest table from them, in the far corner, closest to the fire. They're closest to the front door. And he heads
doesn't
to
like anybody.
Wait, what was the description of the women, Doug?
All of them have sort of the same bright colors, different, very similar to Dragomir. Pretty much everyone in this room does, except for the pudgy human bartender that is currently cleaning glasses.
And
Doug, sorry, Ken.
no, just real quick question: what features does Casimir have that would lead people to think he's Vistani?
You're not really sure at this point.
Got it. Okay.
You haven't met many at this point to kind
Correct.
of know. If you would give me a percent, you're specifically asking that question. I think I know where you're going here. If you want to make a investigation check, I would take that.
Oh God. Okay.
Well, I have had this cloak since childhood.
While you're doing that, so you
Yeah.
kind of maybe measure the room a little bit longer. Pat, you were about to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can't recall if it was somebody's perception of Dragomir or if it was like a general thing, but his clothes were like shiny and bright, but they were shabby.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, you
wasn't
guys-
sure if that was some.
Fake.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
fake.
Yeah, you got the impression that his clothes were meant to impress, but were actually cheap off-brand labels kind of concept.
Do we have like the Gucci on these ladies too, or is it does it seem more genuine than what he was wearing?
Since you already know what to look for, I will go ahead and say you get the similar vibe from them as you walk past them.
Okay.
And so what are you all doing? So you see Ismark walks past everybody and sits down at the bar table. Sits down, he nods at the bartender, who's the only one. He, the one bartender that is dressed a little bit nicer, gives him a nod as he welcomes him in, and you just see him kind of make a hand gestures and bring me a drink of some sort. And he sits down. Darren, what are you doing? Let's go around the table.
Well, I'm pretty much sticking with the group and following them and just keeping an eye at this point. Just very skeptical.
Okay. Roderick, doing anything special or different?
No, hold the hammer just like with both hands at my chest and look around warily, and not even trying to hide the fact that I was like, oh gosh, I guess it would look like I was eyeing the ladies, but yeah, I was like looking at their clothes to try.
Yeah, you
but I
probably
guess
did.
walk to
If
the
you were
table.
looking for it, I would say you had to have
Scoping them
taken
out.
you scoped them out a little bit since you asked that question. I think you looked at them a little bit closer, and they don't seem to mind. You see them, they look back at you, and just kind of stare back, and then they go back to their conversation. All three of them have glasses of wine at the table, and just a little candle in the middle of the table that they're sitting, and they just go back to their conversation. But they all stop, look at you as you look at them. One of them smiles, gives you a quick little wink since you're staring at them. They're all
turn mega red, like the color of your shirt.
they're all human females, probably in their 30s, age-wise.
Roderick, would you like me to?
Continue? Yeah.
Each have dark hair, kind of longer dark hair, jewelry. Again, it all looks kind of cheap as you stare at them for a minute and then get embarrassed and continue on.
Allow me to make you an introduction, Roderick.
No.
Don't be shy, fella.
Walking over to the table.
Drew, are you doing anything special or of note?
Yeah, I think I'm still processing everything, all the detail that was kind of going on. So essentially, there are 3 women who are very flamboyantly dressed and kind of like knockoff label stuff that everyone who seems to sort of despise or have apprehension about some sort of bad blood around. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
The bartender, the flamboyantly dressed bartender, smiles at all of you. Welcome in, welcome in. He seems very friendly. The women definitely eye you guys suspiciously.
Look at Ismark and ask, is everybody here? What's up?
Does that mean you're making your way to the table?
Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry. I thought we were all kind of moving together.
I'm assuming, but just confirming.
Yeah. Sorry. I should have. You're right. Should I repeat that out? Go with everyone to the table and kind of, as I sit down, ask Ismark does everybody who's well dressed work for Strahd?
Okay. I'm going to answer that in a second after I confirm what everybody else is doing. Rivers, anything different or of note?
No, I'll follow to the table, kind of loudly clomp through the bar and probably say something like, "You'll find more cheer in a graveyard," like Gimli. Kind of.
Yeah, that's the vibe you get.
Yeah,
there's no music. It's just these 3 women drinking, in this tavern. It looks very sad and depressed. It's also, again, you would think probably close to 1 or 2 in the morning at this point.
Yeah,
it's kind of odd that really it's even open or anyone's here in under normal circumstances.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll pull out a chair and plop down at the table.
And Kevin, finally, anything different, or are you just heading to the table?
Yes, I am not going to the table.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go to the bar.
Okay, you head over to the bar.
And who's all at the bar? Remind me, please.
So there's this pudgy human that's dressed very shabbily, kind of in these dark hues. Actually, reminds you kind of your own dark kind of cloth that you're wearing, but just very dingy grays and browns. Looks just very uncheery. And you can see, and as you get closer to the bar and look at him as he's cleaning glasses, Darren, you would notice with your passive perception, and Kevin, you would just notice because you're there. He's re-cleaning the same glass that he just set down a minute ago. So he just puts it down, picks up maybe the one next to it, cleans it, and you see him just going to go back to the next one. So he's got these 2 glasses he's just cleaning over and over again. The other person at the bar is a very, not quite as much as the women, but a definitely colorful kind of garb, another human male, kind of in his 30s, early 30s, short hair. Again, very much reminds you of Dragomir from a kind of look and feel as far as his clothes.
Oh, so he's wearing similar clothes as well?
Yes. Not quite as flashy, but similar. Yeah.
Go sit next to that guy.
Okay, you just go out to the bar. He's behind the bar. He looks like he's a member of the staff. Looks like there's two employees here, it looks like.
Great. Well, sit at the end of the bar where he is.
Okay, got it. He nods at you. I'm going to answer for Ismark, and then I'll come back over to you, Kevin. So, Drew, you asked, is everyone that's wearing nice clothes, working for Strahd? He looks around the table, or looks around the tavern. He nods at the women. They're Vistani. They work for him. Strahd has spies everywhere. He looks at the bartender, though. He kind of nods. He seems all right, but I would trust no one in this town. No one. Strahd has spies everywhere.
What makes you think our friend is Vistani, since he's not dressed in what looks like a circus tent?
Exactly what it looks like. You're absolutely right. I have seen the Vistani for my entire life. I know one when I see one. He may not dress like them, but he is one of them.
Just out of curiosity, what
You
is
may
a
make-
Vistani? Just so that I know that you're not racially profiling or using
Already
problematic
know.
language.
I just want to make sure you know.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fuck Vistani. But who are they? Just so I know you know.
So, what I'd like anybody that wants to, Kevin included, since I was just bringing it up, can make. Kevin, since you asked the question, you were thinking about it clearly. So I'd like you to make an investigation check if you didn't already. Anybody else can also make an investigation check, because Drew's kind of laying the seeds for what's he putting together with Vistani? See if you see any similarities or anything that would suggest that, Kevin and these women have some sort of relationship.
No.
Everybody make an
20?
investigation check.
Anybody who wants to, yeah. If you're trying to
30,
assess it, dirty 20 from Darren. Kevin.
I got a total of a 10.
Okay. Anybody else? Anyone else actively looking at it and thinking about it?
Will
But
got a 10.
in hindsight, I'm not even there, so probably not.
Drew
Oh wait, no,
and
wait,
I
I
were-
am there. It's at the table.
Yeah.
Drew and I were headed down the same exact path, though.
I got 15.
A what?
15.
15 and Drew?
10.
10. Okay, so Drew, you don't see it. And Pat, did you make a roll? No, you're not even trying to assess it. Okay. Darren, definitely, you start to notice some things. And I would say Ethan, with a 15, that was the DC. So maybe not quite as clearly as Calsolis does. But as you look at the women, as you look at the man behind the bar, that now that Casimir is sitting right next to him as they're kind of face to face, you just start to notice some lines around the face, around the the color of their skin, a little bit of a darker tanner kind of look to it. There are just certain things about like the facial and bone structure that you start to notice some similarities, like almost like kind of like a from the same region of a place kind of concept. You see a lot of similarities in the face that you didn't
Racist.
really notice
Just
before.
what I thought.
So yeah, racist. That's fine. Okay. And so you ask, what are the Vistani? You just saying that? What are they? They are ice. They are the spies of Strahd. They came to Barovia centuries ago, from what I've heard. For some reason, they've given favor by Strahd, and in return, they help him.
All of them. Just the whole people. Every single one of them.
Not all of them. Again, he's okay. He kind of points at the.
This is like classic racist shit. No, I've never met him before. I mean, I met that guy. He's cool, but all of them, they're all here to steal our jobs, breed like bunnies, criminal.
I look at Casimir. I have a friend who's Vistani. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my sister actually dated a Vistani guy. He was cool, I mean. My grandmother didn't want him to sit at
boy.
the table, but
All right, this is about to go off the rails real
Oh,
fast.
dear.
I'm going
Way
to
off
pull
the
it in. Hans he seems okay. He kind of nods at the bartender. But I would not trust him with my life, for certain. Nor any Vistani I came across.
I want to ask him. Are you and like not at the other bartender? Are you native Barovians?
That's right. I'm a Barovian. Well, actually, I am from Ravenspire. That was the name of this town before Strahd came. This is Ravenspire. My father is the elder of Ravenspire, um, or the town elder. But when
Is he Marcus
Strahd,
Blackthorn?
Your father is Marcus Blackthorn?
that is my father. Yes,
You're
I
Ismark
am.
Blackthorn?
I am Ismark Blackthorn. That is correct. Um, when Strahd came, he renamed this village and this whole area Barovia, or from his, which was his father's name. I believe. So what are you doing here? We have not had travelers in many months come through here. My father had sent Lucas to try to ward off any new travelers from coming here. There was supposed to be a note at the gates. You have that note, if you recall. It's you pried it off of a dead corpse.
I was gonna just pull out. I'm gonna just pull out the letter that I got from Marcus Blackthorn and lay it on the table.
Yeah.
And just like swivel it around to him and show him and say that's what I'm doing here.
He looks at it, reads it. While I'm doing that, I'm going to move over to Kevin. And Kevin, they're close enough that you're hearing this whole conversation, so we're clear. So and any conversation will have it both ways. Kevin, while he's reading that, you see the bartender who is getting. You kind of see him kind of eye through the six travelers, excuse me, and you see him look over at the other bartender and start grabbing, some of the cups and a carafe of wine. You see him; he just kind of pours a big old carafe. There's basically three giant, tankards behind the bar. One that has it looks like kind of seeing cobwebs on the left. He goes to the one in the middle, and you see him start filling up this giant carafe of blood red wine. He just sees you standing there. Nice to see you. Welcome in.
Thanks.
Clearly, did you bring these? Did you bring these travelers here?
No, but I did follow them here.
He looks at you, kind of an eyebrow, as if he's trying to process that. Are you not Vistani? Is this not your home?
I am, but I've never been here before.
You must have been traveling the world. The world. He says that you must have been traveling the world. Well, welcome home.
Yes. Thanks. I would love to learn more about the Vistani. All I know are the stories my mother told me.
Give me a moment. Let me drop these drinks off, and I will come right back. He looks at you kind of suspiciously when you say that. I have not met many Vistani that have not come to Barovia their entire life.
That's correct. It's my first visit, and I hate to say it, not sure I like it.
We are the one bright spot in Barovia. Or he said, we Vistani are the one bright spot in Barovia. It is a quite unhappy place, that is for sure. The Barovians, especially. And he says that he's just talking about. You can tell he's talking about the guy next to him, who pays no attention to him as he's taking his 6 cups. He grabs another one from under the cabinet and just starts cleaning it. Clearly a clean glass, and just starts cleaning it.
This guy gets paid by the hour.
And he takes a tray of glasses and this giant carafe. And actually, he would pour one for you. First one's on the house. He pours one for you, and then he heads to the table with this 6 more glasses with Ismark. Just sets it on the table for you all. Kind of nods at all of you. Leaves the giant carafe. Welcome to Barovia. He looks at the two of you, Drew and Darren, closely. Not seen your kind come through here before. Welcome. You must not be from around here.
Yeah, not so much.
Where are you from?
Oh, around.
Around. That is very cryptic, but what town are you from?
None that you've ever heard of.
Okay. I've heard this brow a little bit, but fine. Keep our secrets. He looks actually a little frustrated by that, or sad that you didn't want to talk to him. He just, leaves the table. And in fact, actually, with that response, he looks at you. That will be 4 gold coins. Ismark.
For what?
Looks at it. For the wine.
I'm not drinking anyone.
Ismark pulls out 4 coins, slides it over, looks at you a little bit like you couldn't be nice to the one guy I told you was nice. Kind of look and then hands the coins over. But he does just walk away.
Did he?
When he walks away, I do pour a glass of wine.
Paid for it. It's fine.
Was Ismark reading my note when he did all that?
Oh yeah. He looked at it. This is not my father's handwriting. He slides it back to you. I don't know who wrote this.
Good to
Darren,
know. Yeah.
I don't even know that I'm going to make you make a roll. If he says that, I mean, maybe you're already coming to this conclusion, but I'll let you. What are you about to say? I was about to interrupt you, I think.
Me?
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were about to say something.
Oh. No, go ahead.
No. As he says that, I think something would maybe click for you. I was going to have you make a roll in the house, and I failed to do it. So I'll just give it to you. As he says that, the handwriting on this note does look familiar. It looks very familiar to the other note that you found in the house.
From Strahd.
From Strahd, yeah.
Yeah.
Very similar. And you've got enough passive perception that I'm comfortable with that without even a roll. There's definitely similarities to the notes. Language structure,
Or even investigation at that point, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is not my father's handwriting.
Yeah, that seems pretty obvious at this point. I go ahead and pour myself a glass, and then I take the glass and I walk over to the table with the women.
But as you're pouring the glass, he's going to finish his last sentence in case that changes anything you say. But you're not the first. We have heard of travelers, especially mercenaries, being lured here. You're not the first. And certainly won't be the last if that devil is allowed to continue to rule this land. That's all. You hear him say that as you, I assume, get up to walk over to the ladies. Kevin, bartender does come back over to you. So what do you wish to know? Friend, I am Hans, and you are? Muted if you're talking.
No, I'm not. I have to go to the bathroom real quick. I'm Casimir. Thank you. Nice to meet you, Hans.
It's nice to meet you. If you did not bring these adventurers, or these mercenaries, they look like mercenaries anyways. He looks at kind of scourly at the table as Kelsolis is pouring a drink. Why are you here?
I did not.
Why did they come? Were they brought here by another Vistani? It happens from time to time.
Oh, I believe they were foolish enough to read a letter and follow it, and follow its instructions. I just tagged along.
I see. Well, unfortunately for them, they may now be stuck here. That happens.
So I've heard.
What do you wish to know, my friend?
What sort of accord was created between Strahd and the Vistani?
That goes back some time. I don't have a lot of the details at this point. I mean, it was centuries ago. But Strahd, he is a noble. He came and he conquered this land some time ago. The rumors and the stories say that the Vistani helped him when he was still a mortal man, before he became what he is. I do not know the nature of this, what his help was, but he has been in our debt and us in his debt. He allows the Vistani to come and go from Barovia.
Could he change that at any time?
I do not know.
Yes, he doesn't seem like that reasonable of a person, so it kind of shocks me.
He is not unreasonable. He is a noble. He is a man of his word, and he follows his word. He swore a debt to the Vistani, and the Vistani have returned that to him. He maintains his promises.
Even after all this time. Interesting.
Indeed.
Maybe he doesn't have the power to take it back.
Perhaps. I will say his temper has been more. He's had more of a temper. His ire has been shorter, quicker in the last few months, last few years. The Barovians have suffered more than they used to, especially since his first wife moved into Barovia. It is unfortunate, but we do not question.
His first wife moved to Barovia?
Yes, she took up residence in the old inn, the edge of town. She is not one to be trifled with.
What's her name?
Hold on. I gotta look that up. You have it. I am prepared.
Tina.
It is not Tina. All right. On the other notable NPCs, here they are. Oh. Sorry. Right. Ludmilla. 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 Ludmilla.
That's a beautiful name.
She is not one to be trusted. She has killed many since moving here.
Why? For what reason? Just menopause?
She's a vampire. I don't question. You can't ever question what vampires do. They feed. That is what they do. Her temper is quite bad. However, I would stay out of her way.
I'm
And
convinced.
for that matter, if you can. Okay, I'm gonna keep going here. We just go bounce between conversations. Darren, you moved over to the table. Women.
Yeah.
They look at you. What are you supposed to be, little one? How old do you look? I'm trying to remember. Sorry.
I am 20.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know that I'm little though. 5'7".
What are you supposed to be?
Little for a tiefling, I guess.
Yeah. One of them says.
What are you supposed to be? From what I hear, you guys are shacking up with a vampire. Is that right?
We serve Strahd, yes. He is our lord.
What does that entail?
Whatever he wishes. He is the lord of all Barovia. And we do what he asks, or suffer consequences. You would be wise to do the same, little one, now that you are here. Otherwise, your stay here will be shorter than the last. Two of them chuckle when she says that.
Shorter than the last what? There have been other tieflings here before?
No, other travelers that have come through here. They don't usually last long. Sometimes days, sometimes weeks, never longer.
So what kind of things does he have you get up to? What kind of service does he require of you?
Looks at you. You do whatever he asks.
Well, I get that, but what is it that he asks? Like, for example, like what was the last thing he had you do? Did he have you pick up his laundry? Like kill his dog? Like what are we talking about? Like what's the
He asks us to do much. We answer questions. We listen. We ensure that the people of Barovia are compliant with his wishes. Nothing more. He doesn't ask for much, but when he asks, we answer.
interesting? So why was it so funny when the last group disappeared? What was funny about it?
Right, it's just such a waste. Everyone comes here when they show up, we will kill the vampire. We will escape Barovia. It's useless, and it happens. Everyone is like the last, dead before a month. To think you could defeat to think they could defeat a god like Strahd is just funny. That's all.
Do you know that they intentionally came here to defeat him, or because like I didn't come here to defeat him?
Some have, some have not. Strahd is like a cat with a mouse. He likes to be entertained. Sometimes they survive a little while, sometimes they don't. Staying out of his way might keep you alive a little longer, little one. But in the end, he always gets bored. And it's hard
Boredom is bad.
to leave fresh blood, if you know what I mean. Referring to the vampire. Why are you here? It's not. Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
Does Strahd feed on the people of Barovia, or just
He's a vampire.
people that he? Okay, I didn't know if he was, shitting where he lives, or if he was calling in people for that purpose.
He does what he wishes. But yes, many in Barovia have died. They are his people. He will do what he wishes with them.
But he doesn't feed on you all.
No, of course not. We are his faithful servants, and you would be wise to be the same. Maybe you'll live a little.
Doesn't seem to matter, is what you're telling me.
It may not.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not really one to be a servant to anybody, so I'll probably.
Why are you here? Why are you here
then? Just taking in the scenery. Up for a night stroll. Hanging out with my friends, having a drink.
There is not much to see here.
I don't know. It's nice. I like the fog that rolls in and locks you in buildings. It's kind of quaint.
Oh, that old trick. Did you go inside?
We did, and we came back out after we killed all the shit inside. It was kind of nice. It was a relaxing way to spend the evening.
Well, very few make it out. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
It's been going on.
Where's my glass?
It's been going on for years. Some come out, most do not.
All right. Well, thanks for the info. Just walk off.
If you go sightseeing, she says, I would stay away from the windmill.
Got it. Check out the windmill. Thanks.
She shrugs. Back at the table, you guys in Ismark. Where did we leave off? Okay, so yeah, he confirmed that's not his handwriting, and yeah, you're not the first to arrive. This is where he left. I am sorry you were. Sorry you were tricked into coming here. I'm afraid you may be stuck here though, like the others. He says to the four of you.
Him kind of nod at because I assume that whole conversation you said close enough quarters, everything
Yeah,
sort of happening at once.
You kind of hear, all bits and pieces of it, absolutely.
Yeah. Is it normal? Has the relationship between, for lack of a better way to put it, your captors and the people who live here always been so symbiotic in Barovia?
We don't have a whole lot of choice. We can't leave. We are stuck here in Barovia. This valley is cursed. It is cursed by the mists. We cannot leave.
This has been the way since you were born, your whole life?
From my understanding, it's been this way for hundreds of years. Centuries. This valley is cursed by Strahd himself. We Barovians, we cannot leave. It stretches from here all the way to the far side of the valley in Kresik.
Why did Strahd pick Barovia?
Do not know that. That's long before my time. The only one that could probably answer questions like that would be he almost doesn't want to say it, but would be Madame Ava. She is a Vistani seer, not far from here. She is one of the oldest, wisest in Barovia, and she seems not to be under Strahd's thrall. She might be able to answer that question, but I do not. All I know is that Devil is a monster, and now his eyes are on my sister, Irina.
When I get back to the table, Doug, is Lysander, are you sitting at the table? I come up behind Lysander, put my hand on the back of his chair, and it's like, I've got a better question. If your people have been stuck here for hundreds of years, why the hell do you keep procreating and continue this shit?
You want us just to die? It is not much of a life, but it is still a life here in Barovia.
I mean, you don't have to die, but why are you forcing this shit on your children? That's some crazy ass shit.
Ismark, how old are you?
32. Why?
Just wondering.
Where is what was his sister's name? Viana?
Irina.
Where is Virina now?
At home, hopefully. At least she is mostly safe there. A vampire cannot enter a home without being invited. But you must be careful with
safe. Why were you accosting Strahd in the middle of the street? You said he has.
Strahd rarely comes out of his castle into the village. I saw him and had a chance. Thought I could just kill him once and for all.
What has he done to your sister? I thought the impression you gave was that he had taken her or something.
He has bitten her once already. He wants to turn her. He will come back.
She's been bitten once but hasn't turned?
No, it takes more than one bite.
Ask can you tell us how to find Madame Ava? Seems like she'd be good for
the Vistani have camps throughout Barovia. She is in the nearest camp, about just a couple of miles outside of town, west of here.
Hey, Doug, knowing what I know about vampires and all this kind of stuff, is there any sort of connection that I would know that she might have to him via one bite? Like, would there be any sort of thrall situation happening, or?
Great question. Give me a whichever's higher. It'll be either an Arcana, Nature, or Religion. I'll let you roll any of the three.
I'm pretty sure I have expertise in one of those. So let's go with that. Yeah, not a great roll. 9 on 2. I rolled a 2, I got a 9.
Gotcha. 9.
Yeah.
Basic vampire, you know the basics, vampire lore, with a 9. I mean, you know, you would agree, you've heard that they can't enter a residence without being asked. You would know the basic stuff, you know, beheading, stake through the heart. They must rest in a coffin during the day. Those kind of things. Running water, not good for them. All the basic stuff. As far as how the bite works, you're not aware of any connection, but it's not something you're super familiar with that role.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to ask him, like, one, so your sister's been bitten. Where was she when she was bitten first?
In our yard, one evening, before the sun had fully set. What sun there is here in Barovia.
And has she been acting strange since she was bitten?
No. She seems okay. It's usually, it takes, one must be fully drained, killed, before they turn. She has not acted strange, no. But Strahd is an ancient one. He is one of the old vampires. He has spawned throughout Barovia, but he is an old one with great power. Power over this land, power over magic. He was a powerful sorcerer before he was, actually, powerful wizard before he was a vampire. He has abilities. I do not know how truly safe she is inside. Mental powers, magics, etc. He must
And how long
have died
ago was it?
before she. 3 nights ago. Do you think you can help me?
Help you what? Kill the vampire that killed everyone that's come to this town?
It's actually my sister.
That doesn't answer my question.
If it means destroying Strahd, yes.
Is there other options?
I have thought about trying to get her out of town. Maybe head to Vallaki or Krezk, just further west of here. Vallaki is a walled city, protected.
I thought you couldn't leave Barovia.
The village of Barovia. But the Barovia is bigger than this village. The valley is what Strahd refers to as Barovia, the land of Barovia. It goes a couple of miles west of here, the Mists. There is 2 villages within the valley. Vallaki is the closest of the 2, near the center of the valley. I have a map of my father's home I could show you, but Krezk is the furthest west. Both are reinforced villages, cities, or towns. But the road is dangerous, and me by myself trying to move Irina, I'm afraid it may be just as dangerous in the wilderness. And in that time, Strahd's eyes might be on her.
I guess my question is, does he not rule that whole area? Like, how was she going to be safer there than she would be?
It is just a hope, maybe a fool's hope.
Walking
I have
dog
heard. What's that?
Oh, I'll start walking over to the table.
Okay. And you've heard all this.
Yeah, and chime in. We must Strahd from continuing to do things like this.
We must what? What'd you say?
We must stop Strahd from continuing to do stuff like this.
I agree.
I'll help protect your sister.
He looks at you. First, I mean, obviously he looks very suspicious of you, but as you say that, you see his eyes kind of harden on you. Thank you for that. That would be very appreciated.
Not all
But you
Vistani
don't-
are servants.
I hope not. How long does that spell last, Drew? Out of curiosity. It's only been about 10 minutes, so I'm just curious.
It's a minute. It's
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so it's worn off. That's fine. I would say it had its effect. It kind of inoculated you guys, at least for the moment, for the evening. And you've talked to him, and you haven't attacked him, so. That is. I hope that is true, Vistani. What is your name? You don't look like much of a warrior.
I'm not. That's why I'm hanging with these people. My name's Casimir. More of a bookworm,
Nice to
really.
meet you. Nice to meet
Pipe
you.
in between the two. He saved my life. And then get really quiet.
Just look at him and look away.
I am. If you can help, it is appreciated. I don't know what the right course of action is. I was thinking of trying to get her out of town, but I'm open to any suggestion, of course. But, if you can help.
How far away is this town?
It's a few miles.
Wouldn't it
Do you
be
think this?
fairly safe during the day?
I think it would be safer during the day, yes.
I mean, how attached to you are you to your sister? Like, have you thought about just like killing yourself and like showing like Strahd how fucking crazy you are? Yeah, don't fuck with me, motherfucker.
I'm gonna assume that's not a real question.
Sorry.
Just gonna make an assumption here.
Do you think Lady Eva would be of help?
Perhaps.
Or Madame Eva, sorry.
Your friend had questions about Madame Eva. You know of her?
I've heard of her. I don't know of her. I don't know her. But I've heard of her. Yes, my mother has told me stories.
You all hear this.
Yeah.
So.
And
I'll
just like
just
lean
let you
back
guys
and
say-
look up at Casimir like eyebrow up.
Okay.
Look at River. Look back at Rivers. Like, yeah, and keep talking to Ismar. Like, nobody. Yeah, so I know of this person.
He looks. She has helped others before. That's for sure. But if you wish to speak with her, she is technically that camp is on the way to Malaki or Kresik. It is west of here. It's not a camp.
Maybe we should bring your sister to her.
I do not know that. I do not think that you would be safe there long term, but it is not far from here.
Tell me more about Ludmilla.
There's not much to tell. She took up residence in the inn at the far south side of town, the edge of town. She was Strahd's first wife, from my understanding. She is a powerful vampire herself, in her own right. Not
Do you know
so
why
much.
she keeps?
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, not so strong, not as powerful as Strahd, but certainly not one to be trifled with.
Do you think she's still in love with Strahd?
I do not know. He has taken on many brides. I believe he has at least 3. And my sister will be 4 if he has his way.
I mean, it's possible that Ludmilla might not want more competition and might be willing to help your sister, like, avert becoming one of Strahd's new brides.
There's a picture of Ismark on Foundry. It just popped up. Should have popped up. Did that actually work?
No, I got game paused.
Oh, well, try again. Oh, I gotta name it. Ismark.
Gambling mound.
Okay, I see. All players, show players. There he is.
Ah, there he is. A handsome
Um,
devil.
yeah. I'm sorry. What was the question? Oh, I do not know. I wouldn't go near her if it were me. That's. I. She is his first wife. He has had many more. I don't think they are in any way at odds. If that's your question.
Well, she doesn't live at his house, but she did come here to uh, Ravenspire, whatever this village's name is. This is interesting. I'm just trying to think about this. Like,
She
why
used
would
to
she?
be. She used to be up in Castle Ravenloft. About a year ago, just over a year ago, a wizard came here to these lands. He led a revolt. He rose up many of the people of Barovia. They marched to the walls of Castle Ravenloft. After that, I think she was left here to supervise things more closely, to ensure a revolt of that sort would not happen again, at least. That's my belief. Many
Maybe.
died that night.
Who died?
Many died
Many
that
died.
night.
I don't know. I keep coming back to Ludmilla. Maybe she's not feeling Strahd anymore. Maybe she moved out of her own accord. Maybe I don't know.
I do not know. But vampire are scum. I would not work with one.
Even if it meant saving your sister?
He seems to think about that for a second. Perhaps. Well, looks around the room for a second, sees you all hear. So he kind of looks around right as you hear something in the distance. A crying, kind of a scream lets out. No one seems to react at all. He just kind of listens for a second, kind of puts his head down, just nods down a little bit. Look, I'm sorry you are here. This is. I wish I could help you in some way, but all I can do is ask for your help. And I am here. If you can help me, I will answer any questions you have, or try to help you in any way I can. But I'm afraid everyone who has come to Barovia is sick here. The mists will not allow anyone to pass. If you wish to leave, it's my understanding that the only way is through Strahd. And I would very much like to see his head on a spike outside of Castle Ravenloft.
I will help you. Take Varina to Krezk, and we can go to see Madame Ava on the way. Look up at Casimir again, and hopefully connect a dot or two, and find some information out. And then maybe at the end of the day, we can all see Strahd's head on a spike inside of Castle Ravenloft.
I think it's a good idea. Like me ma used to say. Madame Eva's pretty nice. Madame Eva's actually pretty solid. So.
Okay. I don't want to keep talking over everybody. So is anybody else saying anything or want to ask anything? Otherwise he's a little bit of a murder mouth.
No, I'm game to escort, and then on the way we can pick up what we can and try to find some stuff out if you guys are game with that.
He looks at all of you as Rivers suggests that.
Count me in.
Is there someplace that we can stay for the night? I don't know. It doesn't sound like I don't know how vampires work with inns, but I don't know that we're safe here.
There is no place to sleep here. This is he looks around. I mean, you see there's no upper floor or anything. It's just a single, just a small tavern. You can some of the buildings, over a third of the buildings here in Barovia have been the owners have been killed. Many may be undead. There are still good people here, but you can stay at my home if you wish. Or there is the chapel to the west, up on the north side, but the priest there is not all there anymore. His son died during the revolt.
How far away is your home?
It's just down the street.
We better rest up and make do at first light and head out.
So you will leave in the morning. You will help me.
Glance around at the rest of the table. You know, unless somebody's actively protesting, yes, we will help you.
I mean, it won't hurt to have somebody owing us a favor here.
I will do anything. Are you saying it out loud?
Yeah.
I will be in your debt. My father and I will do anything. It's a debt we cannot repay, but we will owe you anything, and you will have my sword if you need it. I have been training my whole life to kill that devil.
If we're to make any progress, we'll need context, information, anything we can get. It's like my dad always used to say, carpenter isn't much without a hammer for his nails.
That sounds like a very bright person.
Look down solemnly at the table.
I can certainly guide you to Vallaki or Krezk. Vallaki is the closer of the two. Krezk is much smaller, but it is at the edge of Barovia. It's perhaps the furthest from Strahd's reach, if such a place exists. As you said, he is the ruler of all of these lands, and it is clear to me he is more than just a vampire. He can control things more than any wizard or vampire I have ever heard.
Do you have friends or family there, or are you planning on staying with your sister, or are you just going to leave her there? Like, what is your actual plan for this?
I have not been to Vallaki or I've never been to Krezk. I have not been to Vallaki since I was a teenager. No, I don't have any friends. I know the town elder. He was a friend of my father. He could be a resource. I'll have to get settled when we get there. I would come back to protect my father.
Who's going to protect your sister?
If I can find a safe place for her. If not, I won't stay with her. It'll just depend. I don't know what we'll find in Vallaki. I just know that it is. There are guards there where we have none. There are high walls that protect from the undead and the other things that are in the wild. Wolves, werewolves, and the other creatures of the night.
It doesn't sound like those are the things that your sister has to worry about. If Strahd wants her, though, I don't know that.
You misunderstand, my little friend. All of those creatures, they are all servants of Strahd. The wolves, even. They are all his.
Is the wolf going to drag her off to him?
Perhaps not the wolves, but werewolves, certainly. Werewolves can enter anywhere, not just can enter where vampires can't. For example, there are many things.
Lean in closer as he starts talking about werewolves.
Yeah. Yes, there are werewolves here, especially up north. I would stay away from the wilderness up in the northern mountains.
Are we sure this is a good idea?
Yeah, go ahead. RP, please.
Are we sure this is a good idea?
Do you have another idea? Right now, we've got a vampire that's got this town locked down, and we can't leave.
The best way out's
So
through.
Your dad
gathering
always says-
allies. Gathering allies is better than just charging this castle and getting killed like apparently all the rest of these idiots.
Ismark, what happens when you try to leave?
The mist will choke you to death. There is no way to leave. Even the mighty wizard could not escape that came here. With
But
his
the
great
drivers
powers.
can get in and out.
The
Look over
Vistani
at the
can,
girl.
You can
Girls?
get through with Strahd's blessing, but otherwise, no.
yes. The Vistani can, yes. He says that. There is a Vistani standing with you, at least that everyone claims to. Claims he's a Vistani.
Doesn't help the rest of us.
Okay. Well, nobody's saying anything else or responding to Pat as he says that.
Before we get
At the
ahead of
very
ourselves, I'm not so certain I can leave. Or maybe Vistani, but I'm not sure that holds up for everyone.
So you're non-practicing Vistani.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And I don't intend to get choked out by the mist, so I don't want to try unless I know for sure. I'm here with you all.
You are a brave one, then, Vistani. Well, if you are ready, I will take you to rest. It'll be a long day tomorrow if we plan to journey to Vallaki or Trezor.
Can we hold off for a day? I mean, she's just not going anywhere, right?
Hold off as long as you wish. The sooner the
Yeah.
better for me. But
Right. I just want to hold off for a day because I want to go talk to that priest at the church.
it is not that late. You can talk to him now if you wish.
1 o'clock in the morning. What do you mean it's not late?
He's probably a speed freak.
He furrows his brow just a little bit when you say that, Darren. It is probably not past 9. I'm sure he is still awake.
Oh.
Time dilation, dude.
9 a.m. or p.m.?
PM. It is not much past 9, I don't think.
We must have crossed a date line or something like that. Like, it's,
Kind of witchcraft.
Dude,
Either
saving some
way.
Brightopia.
Yeah.
Either way, if we're going to be investigating anything, I would feel safer doing it in the day. There's no sense wandering the streets if we don't have to be. And at night.
I apologize. I'm in a hurry to leave. But if you wish to stay till the morning, or for the day, or whatever you wish, of course, I'm in your debt. Whatever you wish. Come, you must be tired from your journey. I will introduce you to my sister and father, and you can rest.
I could use a long rest, actually.
Yeah.
Pretty fucked
Please
up.
follow me. He stands up at this point, nods to Hans. You see that the bartender is still cleaning the same glasses. He has not moved or spoken. But he stands up. The women watch you stand up, and he is going to start walking out.
I'll make the following.
Okay. You do.
Is there still wine left?
Yeah, I mean, you guys haven't been here long. Yeah.
I pick up the whatever, the carafe, and I walk it over to the table with the women, and I drop it on their table as I walk out.
They just smile.
That could have been you, Roderick. Missed your chance, buddy.
I know, man. Could have made a man out of you.
Yeah, you really got to stop being so scared all the time.
Yeah.
I'm
He'll-
good.
No, I was just gonna say, as that's all happening, I'm actually going to walk almost directly behind Rivers.
He walks out onto the street, and I'm going to just show you a map of what Barovia kind of looks like. Again, you haven't really seen the whole street, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in here just to kind of give you some direction of what it looks like. Should be able to see it. You guys are at E2 right now, so you can see the chapel up on a hill up here. This was the house that you guys went through, so you kind of came in from this direction. Kind of came in from the east. Went north.
I can't see shit.
I can't see your point. Oh, I see E2 in the center here.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
looking
I
for
see
a
the numbers,
grid.
but I don't know if you're gesturing towards.
Yeah, sorry, I was, but I forgot I'm not actually screen sharing.
You're not on a map. Yeah, you're not on a map. Actual
It's just
map.
a map. So yeah, you guys came in from the east on that main street, went north initially to that first house. The E7 was the haunted house. Ismark brought you to E2. And so you can see the chapel is not that far away, up on the hill, kind of directly north and west of you from here. And he walks out and he starts heading south down that street right in front of E2.
Okay, you said E1 is the chapel?
E6.
E6.
E5 and
okay.
E6.
Okay,
Yep.
okay, gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool.
All right, so he starts taking you down south, down that main street. And again, pulls a sword out, kind of looking, carefully around every street corner, every building. Definitely gets the sense he's a little less on this part of town. He's not quite as tense as he moves. He moves a little bit more casually, but still ready for a fight. But he walks you past E1, which is looks like a shop of some sort. It's closed clearly right now. But it looks like some sort of a general store. It's actually called the Mercantile on as a front sign. And it keeps walking down the street, basically to the end of the street, down to E4. So you walk past about 5-6 buildings on the left and right, small houses, large houses, anywhere from 2 to 3 stories tall. These kind of tight and almost like townhouse type buildings, all pretty tight together. He walks you towards E4, which is this pretty good size, what I would call almost, compared to the rest of these homes, a mansion. It's a nice big 2.5 story building, surrounded by a nice fence. The house looks well kept, and he starts walking towards it. He walks you to the front door, and you hear him kind of knock a couple of times. You see light kind of appear from one of the side windows as someone looks like they're moving towards the door. You hear 2 bolts, and then a door opens up. You see an older man, probably in his 60s, white graying hair, dressed in sort of dressed in pretty much night clothes at this point, holding a small candle, like good old-fashioned little candle with a holder. Ismark, I was worried about you. You've been gone too long. He looks around. Wow, what? Who are all these people? You see him. It's my father. It is okay. They're here to help. These are friends. They are. He kind of shrugs when he says this. Travelers. I'm afraid more travelers have come, but they have agreed to help get Irina out of here. His eyes kind of wider as he says that. He kind of looks it over you with maybe even a glimmer of hope. Please come inside, quickly, all of you. It's not safe outside. Come inside.
So am I assuming that you're inviting us in?
Yeah, he does.
Okay. Sure.
He'll invite you in. Please come in. Is everybody heading in?
Yep.
Clamber in.
Right. You enter into this like a front foyer, There's like a door, there's steps that goes upstairs, and a door that's open to what's clearly like a study up in the front of the house. He kind of stops in this main foyer. So, who are all these people? Are they say they're friends and they can help us? Do you trust them? He looks back. As much as I can, especially this one. And he points at Lysander. He kind of puts his like a residual, like an arm. He kind of puts an arm on your shoulder. This one, I trust with my life. Wow.
I chuckle.
This is Lysander, Casimir, Rivers, Calsolis, and Roderick, right? I think I got all those names right. This is my father, Marcus. Oh, well, thank you for coming. If you think you can help my daughter, you are most welcome here. Are you sure you know what you're getting into?
We are way over our heads, but we don't have a whole lot of choice.
Not that I would refuse help or wish you to change your mind, but if you help us, I'm certain you will not make Strahd happy. You certainly wish to. You wish to help us.
I mean, we're kind of already on his shit list, so.
Not at all. He didn't give you any shit. He welcomed you. He said, yeah, he didn't attack you. He had a nice conversation. Well, at least by his mind, it was a nice conversation. You know.
His welcome list and his shit list, it's the same list, though. Like,
Yeah,
it's all one list.
Like an out of touch
Maybe.
billionaire. I'm telling the government be efficient, that kind of shit.
Yeah, to his point, I would kind of jump in and say I'd rather die a free man here than live to be a thrall and become a soulless husk, just serving Strahd.
You are more right than you know. Many of the people here have no souls anymore.
I mean, I figure if we're gonna end up being his prey anyway, we might as well piss him off along the way and make it worth our time. Make it fun, at least.
I hope you know what you're getting into, little one.
I have no idea what I'm getting into, but it doesn't seem like that matters.
What is your plan? He looks at Ismark. Are you going through with your plan to try to get her out of town? He looks at all of you. Yes, I think so, Father. I think perhaps Vallaki or Krezk, perhaps even, if we can make it, would be much safer than here. He kind of nods, agreeing. You've heard the term Vallaki, too. I know it's been a couple weeks since we played. That is the town that the kids named that they said their parents went to. Just remember, they lured you in. They said they're in Vallaki currently, so you've heard that town name as well. On the side,
how old does Marcus look? Oh, sorry.
What's
how
that?
old does Marcus look? How old does Marcus look?
He looks to be probably in his 60s. And in fact, I will go ahead and put this up as well while we're playing Show and Tell here, because next to you, if you were to look at it, in this foyer, there is a map. It looks like an old map of Barovia on the wall. It's mounted to the wall. But if you want to see what Barovia looks like, I'm going to activate it as a map. There it is. Barovia. Activate. So it should be up on Foundry.
Yeah, it's loading.
And I can point this time. Did the map come across?
Yeah.
I think I need to have it. I need to have a token on it.
Yeah, it said there's no token to give you visibility.
Oh, let me turn off token vision. All right. Boom. Turn that off. That should bring it in.
There you
go. There it is.
There it is.
And this time I can actually point. So this is Barovia. That's where you're at currently. This is Castle Ravenloft, which you can see up in the hills. But each of these hexes is about a quarter of a mile. So the whole area of Barovia is not very big. So as you look at this map, as you see it over the wall, you can see that this is the village of Barovia. You can see that Vallaki is here, and Krezk is over here, on the far side. There is a road that goes. If you look at the yellow road, you can see it. There's a road that goes all the way through directly to Vallaki and Krezk on the map.
Oh, could they have found a maybe more direct route?
You can tell it's hard to see possibly on Foundry, but that's all like terrain. Like those are that's very hilly.
I wasn't zoomed in. I can see that it's now.
And there are two mountains. You're in a valley, so there's mountains on either side as well. So you're really in these foothills of a valley with Mount Gacus to the south and Mount Baratonk to the north, and everything in between is just
Boulder,
hilly areas. So yeah, you do see this map for the first time in the distance. So when will you leave, Ismark? Are you leaving tomorrow, or? He looks back at you, Lysander, kind of eyeing you up. Like, how much time do you need in town? Can we leave? We can make Vallaki in a few hours. Can we leave in the afternoon?
Yeah, we could leave in the afternoon. I want to talk to your local priest, and I want to properly provision for our journey.
The priest, he has not been the same since his son died, but of course, he is still a priest.
He can still bless water, can't he?
Of course.
Yeah, well, and he's worth talking to.
Indeed, that's Father Dominich.
Did you guys see Dragomir go through here before? Speaking of provisions, he still has my bag.
Yes. Yeah, Ismark looks at you. Dragomir. I have not seen him in town this night, no. I have seen him. He comes through Barovia frequently.
If you see him, can you ask him to drop my bag off at the bar? I'll grab it when we go by there next.
I did see
I
him.
sense-
He was bragging
I am-
about this new backpack. He was a Gen Sport. Very nice.
No.
Cheese.
You can see that he could have easily gone around the village of Barovia from when you guys came from. The gates are there at the far east. So you can kind of see. Once you lost him around the gates, so shortly after that, he could have easily gone around Barovia, the village itself. I intend to travel with you. I don't. If we see him, you can ask for whatever you wish. Is he who brought you here? Shakes his head. He is one of Strahd's closest friends, or closest servants. That does not surprise me.
Are we gonna go by land or by boat to get to Vallaki?
Oh, there's no. That's all travel. I mean, we would take the roads. The road is the safest path. The woods, you should stay out of the woods.
No, I mean we can't go through the river.
The river doesn't go all the way up to Lake Fair.
Oh, I see. It doesn't connect. I see.
Up to Vallaki. Yeah, it goes into the mountains. Comes down to the mountains. It's actually flowing this way currently. Topography there. Topography.
I'm just trying to think of like something that might not bring us quite so close to the castle.
Indeed, we will have to travel near the castle. That's true. But if it's during the day, what daylight there is, there's not a lot of sun in Barovia. It is cloudy all day. Strahd is powerful enough that he can come out during the day if he wishes. He doesn't very frequently, but he could. It does seem to keep his lesser spawn indoors during the day. But you must be tired. And before you can... Sorry, go ahead. What were you about to say?
I was say, might take what advantages we can.
I agree. And as he goes to say, "You must be tired," you hear footsteps behind you coming down the steps. As you see this beautiful woman start to appear at the top of the steps. Looks to be in her 20s. She looks nothing like Ismark and looks nothing like Marcus. Her skin is very dark, kind of caramel skin, dark hair as well, but just absolutely beautiful. She's wearing a night outfit, a nightgown of sorts, carrying a small little candle, and she's wearing a scarf over her neck. Brother, what is going on here? Irina, you should be sleeping. You should be resting. My friends, this is my sister Irina. Irina, these are travelers from. Where are you from? He looks back at all of you.
Oh, we're from all four corners. We're quite a spread around bunch. This is really our first adventure together, to be honest. But yeah, I'll say I myself am from far north, far in the Northern Highlands.
Of the what Highlands? Of the Pangoran Highlands that we said?
Pangoran Highlands, yeah.
Well, I've not heard of the Pangoran Highlands. Interesting. But I've never left Barovia. I hear stories from the adventurers that come through.
Doug, look at the map.
Before they die.
Are any of these landmarks at all something that I've seen before? Local area?
Absolutely not.
Should there would obviously
in fact,
be.
There it is. As you're staring at it and studying it, like you know how far you were from the Pangoran Highlands to where you went to the village and then back up north. These mountains weren't there.
Yeah.
They were not there. And you've definitely never heard of Mount Dacus or Mount Veritok. And you're from the Highlands. The only mountains near where you guys were are the Pangoran Highlands. This place should not exist, as you look at it.
Does Virina look, or Irina or Virina? V or no V?
Irina.
Does she look part Vistani?
No, you don't see that look to her.
Okay, all right.
She just doesn't look like family.
Right.
Thank God I'm not related to her. Still got a shot.
There's into that incest stepsister porn. Yeah.
So yeah, she takes all of you in. Brother, you should not have endangered all these people. We will be fine here. No, sister, we must get you away from here. Strahd could be back anytime. We must leave. But we cannot risk their lives. I cannot ask you to do this. She looks at all of you. I cannot.
I shrug that off. Nonsense. We're here to help, and either way, your brother is kind enough to offer us help in return. So it's really the least we can do. We'll get you out of here.
You didn't ask. We've offered, and Strahd's behavior must be stopped. Just causing hurt to too many.
I hope you know what you're doing. But thank you for agreeing to help us. But we're just going to leave everything behind, brother. There's nothing to leave behind here. It's we must go. Sister, rest. You need your rest. You've not regained your strength. She looks at him, looks at all of you. Thank you. She starts to head upstairs. She turns around and heads upstairs. What can I do for you? What do you need, all of you? Is there anything I can do for you?
Who's talking to us at this point?
Is Mark?
Oh, is Mark.
I dropped Irina's picture in the Discord chat because I didn't have one built in Foundry.
Oh, nice.
Oh man.
Doug, do you see my my message? It's not really relevant right now, but Drew couldn't take it. He was like, "Oh, it's too hot. I gotta go."
Is there?
Need a little alone time in the picture.
2 seconds, all it took.
Yeah, it's the hair trigger, man. Really efficient.
Is there anything I can do for all of you tonight? Besides give you, we only have 3 bedrooms, but we can offer you plenty of floor space and a safe place. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Just a roof over our heads is good enough. You know, that's comfortable enough for travelers like us. So, food if you have it.
Yes, I will. We have some. I will bring food, and please make yourself comfortable. You can use the entryway here, the hallway, the study, wherever you can rest. Please, I will bring food. Thank you again, travelers. Marcus says, we are in your debt.
Give Marcus a bow, a little head nod, bow kind of vibe.
Take care of our guests. I'm going to head upstairs and make sure your system's okay. And then I'm going to go to bed. Sounds like tomorrow will be a busy day. And Marcus heads upstairs. Ismark will start gathering some food and supplies. Nothing fancy, just some real basic ration type food, just dry foods and vegetables. You know, decent food. But all of it has sort of a taste of blandness to it. The only thing that had any real taste is if you so far of the food you've eaten is the wine had a decent, and actually halfway decent flavor. The food tastes plain and dull. Yeah, he'll bring you guys food. Do you guys want to do anything? Or are you guys going to just take a long rest?
I mean, probably.
Where are we sleeping? We just random.
Yeah, just there's no beds. So there's a couple of kitchen. You know, if you search around the house, I mean, I can tell you what rooms there are if this is helpful. The house has a few rooms. Let me pull up the house. In a minute. All right. So just to describe the house, if you kind of move around, so you're in this main foyer. This main foyer is big, big enough you could all camp in the main foyer if you wanted. There are stairs that go upstairs. There is his study is right next to you. There's a little bit of floor space and a desk. Inside the next room is what's basically down a small hallway. There is a kitchen with a giant kitchen table, which is where he goes and gets food. There is actually no, there is a couple of beds. I forgot there is servants' quarters in this house. The servants, you don't see anyone else in the house. In a quick scan of this building, in the few minutes of downtime you guys have, there is no one else in this house. I did forget there is a room with 4 beds. So 4 of you can take beds if you wish. There's a small family room with 2 little armchairs further down the hallway. There's a back door from the kitchen, and then upstairs are the 3 bedrooms, the actual 3 bedrooms for the family. So, where would you like to sleep? What does this look like? Any RP that needs to happen? I know we've done a lot of RP. Anything you guys want to say or do? Or do we just go through the short or the long rest?
I think we should clarify like what the plan is tomorrow for sure. Like if we're gonna go to the chapel, Lysander, what do you want us all to roll with you to try to see what's up with this priest? Do you think that'd be overwhelming? Do you think it's what's the best way to go about this?
In the interest of being expedient, what I would suggest is some of us go to the shop, some of us go to the priest. I basically want to pick up like holy water and anything that might come in like handy against fiends or undead from the priest, and then any provisions we can get there. I doubt that this general store is going to have much in the way of awesome gear. I don't think it's going to have like a +3 broadsword or anything like that. But just like I said, picking up provisions.
You did pick up.
All we
Don't
have
forget.
is what we have on our back.
Don't forget, you did pick up a very nice cloak from that basement off of
Oh,
one of the
yeah.
adventurers.
Need to wash that.
You need to wash that, and you have
Are
a
there,
feeling
dry
it's
clean instructions on it, Doug? Is it like the
No.
tag?
Cold or warm cycle. Yes.
Colder cycle, hang to dry.
no, but it does look. I mean, without a doubt, as you kind of look at it, while you're unpacking and getting ready to rest here. I mean, as I said before, it does look. Everything else was ruined. It must have some sort of magical property to it for it to have not been damaged.
Right.
I don't know if anybody has detect magic or not.
I have identify.
Yeah, if you have identify, that works.
I think I have detect magic as well.
Yeah, I bet identify was what I meant. Sorry.
Oh.
Is that a spell slot? You want to do that before you rest, or is it
It is a ritual. It is a ritual. Yeah, I asked last time. Do you want me to take a look at that? Because I wanted to check out that coin I found too. Along the way.
Yeah,
Okay.
Go ahead, knock yourself out.
Okay.
I take.
You do
I grab that. I grab the cloak, and then I walk into the kitchen. Is he still in there, or did he come out?
He'll give you guys your food, and then he is going to actually he'll tell you that Ismark is going to just rest at basically in the main foyer. He's going to kind of post stuff there and just sleep by the front door.
Okay. I asked
So
him
his
if I
room's
can get like
available.
a.
What's that?
So his room is available.
His room is available technically. Yeah.
Yeah. Dibs.
Okay.
I asked him if I can get like a goblet and some water.
Yeah, he'll get that for you.
Okay. Then I'll take all that to the study where there's a little bit of privacy.
Yep.
On the side, Casimir, are there any Vistani, for when we visit Madame Ava, any Vistani customs that we need to be ready for if we're going into a Vistani like encampment? Do we need to, come with some sort of gift in hand? Anything, that you know of from your culture?
Do we need to like make bland food?
Don't do this, or you will offend the
It's
Vistani
more of a-
elder seer.
More of a Barovian thing, really. Although,
Like basically,
I
if we
guess-
all just roll in there, kind of, hey, can we talk to Madame Ava? Is it? Do you think that'll fly or no? Would he
Honestly, I have
don't
no
know if
clue.
you need to know that, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my mother has taught me many traditions of the Vistani. Taught me of the lifestyle, being quite the nomadic group. I think she would appreciate travelers coming by. Would be my thought. Probably very used to it.
Great, excellent.
I have nothing else to add there. As
Perfect.
far as any specific gifting or anything like that, no, nothing that you're aware of. Okay, Darren, you do a ritual. I'll just go around the table, see what everybody's doing. I know Darren's going to do that. Caswillis is. What all are you doing there, Darren? You doing the identify or anything else?
So I'll start. Yeah, I'll do. Spend some time doing the identify on the cloak and the special coin that we found, and also the worthless knife, just for the hell of it.
What?
The
The
bone knife
worthless
that he found.
bone knife that I found in the
Oh,
box
yeah.
that I had to roll so many times not to open.
Yeah, got it. Okay, you spend a little bit of time doing a ritual, doing this ritual so you can identify. The bone knife is not magical in any way, shape, or form. The coin is not magical in any way, shape, or form. This is the coin that Strahd gave you guys, right?
I
Right.
believe so. It's the one that
Yeah.
the one that we left on the ground that I picked up.
Yeah, it's the one he.
You said
It's those gold
I
coins.
noted that it was special for some reason, but I didn't know why.
It was different than any currency on Aerith you have seen. In the kingdom of Caldisa or Caldis, you've never seen this currency before. It is not magical. The cloak is magical. The cloak is a cloak of protection.
Nice.
Certainly
Cloak
do a good
protection,
job with
sick.
the last owner.
It requires attunement, so anybody can do that if they wish to wear it tonight as part of your long rest.
What does that do? +1 AC? Or
Yeah,
Yeah.
plus 1 AC, and possibly is it also saves or just AC? I don't remember. D&D Beyond will handle that once you put it on. Whoever puts it on.
All right. Once I finish that, I am also going to go ahead and cast my spell on my cup of water as well. My Emerald Goblet.
And what spell are you casting?
Emerald Goblet.
Okay, Emerald Goblet. Okay, this is the one that gives everybody night vision.
Yep.
Okay.
So then, yeah, once I finish it, I try it to make sure it works. Essentially, and work my way back out, find everybody, see where they're at.
Assume everybody's kind of bedding down. Where is everybody going to sleep? You guys going to sleep in the servants' quarters? In the beds?
Insist that Ismark sleep in a bed because it is his home, and I'll tell him that I'll sleep on. I grew up on a farm. I'll be okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, certainly.
He walks over, puts a very, you can tell, genuinely happy, just kind of puts his arm on your shoulder. Thank you. You can see just the absolute, he is just so happy that you're here. See this relief wash over him.
Give him a warm smile.
Okay, he'll head up to his room. Okay, so that's what's, so what's everybody doing? So Darren does that. He's going to give you guys all the goblets to drink.
I walk out. And, so I'll walk out and where was everybody at? I guess.
Yeah, where are you guys sleeping?
I'm in Ismark's room when he gets there, so I guess I'm just gonna. He wants me big spoon or little spoon.
He's going to the servants' quarters.
Oh god!
He already gave up his bed.
Yeah, he told you could have his bed, so he'll go to the servants' quarters.
Right.
How attached to the front of the house is the servants' quarters?
It's just at the back. It's near the kitchen. It's on the back side of the house.
I'll probably camp near the front door, honestly, like foyer kind of vibe.
You and Roderick together in the front foyer?
Yeah.
Okay. Drew's upstairs. Kevin, where are you headed?
Just servant room.
Okay, so you and Ismark will head in there. Okay.
All right, so when I come out, it's just the two humans in the main room?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right, so I'll walk up to Rivers, and I kind of got this cup, and I'm like, have a drink.
It looks like warm Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
It's green, and there's like almost like a weird energy.
Great steam coming
out. Yeah, like an energy steam coming off of it.
Yeah, just like warm Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
What is this?
Mountain Dew. It's old Mountain Dew. This is a special concoction that I've come up with that will help you see in the dark.
Yeah. Clap Cal Solis on the shoulder as she hands the goblet to me, and thank you very much. It's like Midai always used to say, it's hard to catch a fish if you live in the middle of the desert and then down the hole.
Don't down the whole thing. Don't down.
Start gulping in.
Take a sip. Take a sip.
I don't know. Did he just drink it all? Do you have enough spell slots to cast this again? Because that's funny for me.
Take a fat gulp.
Okay, you do.
You can go. I do have enough.
I think it's possible you have to cast it again, but since we're taking a long rest, it doesn't matter.
I'd say I took a gulp as she was probably like, "Don't drink the whole thing," and I stopped.
Some dribbles out of your mouth as you pull the cup
Put it
away.
back in like
I already took my drink. Nobody else saw that.
Like Roderick's dark vision doesn't totally kick on because it's like at this point. Like
I have super dark vision though.
One eye only. He's got to close one eye for it to work.
How long will I be able to see for?
24 hours.
Perfect. Thank you.
One day.
So it should wear off in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect time.
Well, you never know. We could be stuck under some serious overcast situation.
You never
or
know.
in a cave or some shit.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. As soon as you take a drink, this house, which is pretty dark, I mean, there's a couple of, little lanterns lit, little oil lanterns lit. Your eye, you immediately adjust to the darkness and get full dark vision. 30 feet, right, Darren?
Yeah, and it's always dark here, so it doesn't matter if it's the middle of the night.
Yeah.
That's kind of my thought.
There is some light during the day. We'll see when we actually get to the day. But
it's like living in Portland.
Well done.
Exactly. It's like Portland or Seattle.
Yeah, it's fucking Pacific Northwest.
So, well done, Cal Solis. Yeah, I can see perfectly. Thank you.
Yeah.
So then I walk it over to Rivers and I'm sorry, to Roderick. Blood of Bocob.
Is it blood?
No.
Oh,
okay. It's green.
All right. Take like a youngster, like taking the first sip of something they know that they're probably not gonna like.
It probably doesn't taste good. I said, I don't know. It doesn't say. Should we roll to see if it tastes good?
Sure. I got
no idea.
Natural 12. It tastes great.
It's great. Sweet.
This
the
is
best
delicious.
damn green water you've ever had.
It's like Mountain Dew. It's ready to go.
It tastes like milk and honey.
All right. So, Roderick, you have night vision. And taking this to anybody else there?
Take it to everybody. So I'm like, where'd everybody go?
Okay. So, yeah, it is marked. Yeah, you still take a drink if you're offering.
Yeah. I mean, well, they're not there, are they?
Well, no, they'll be in the servants' quarters if you're going to wander around or not.
That's what I said. That's what I was asking these guys. Like, where'd everybody go?
I'm right next to Ismark in the bed.
I think everybody was getting ready for bed. Yeah.
Yeah, they went back to the servants' quarters.
Okay.
Drew
I'll go back there then. Yeah. I'll go back there and explain to them that I made this. This will help. Those of you who can't see in the dark. See in the dark.
Oh, yeah.
And those of you who can see in the dark a little bit better.
Oh
Yell
yeah,
from the front of the house. And it's delicious.
Got fried horn in it and
It's a green apple.
hormones.
Ismark will take a drink. Casimir, you taking a drink?
Yeah, I'll take a sip.
Okay.
Oh, I can see now.
From the servants' quarters, as you're in there, Darren, and as your guys' night vision sort of improves, you do notice there is another outbuilding as part of this house, and you can see it from the servants' quarters window. Looks to the back of the house. There is a barn behind the house as well.
Are there animals? Do we have a wagon, or are we walking tomorrow?
You can ask as much
noticed
as I assume when you see it.
Yeah.
We do have horses, yes.
Do we have a wagon, or are we just riding horses?
No wagon, right? We have 4 horses.
Okay.
We can take those, of course. That'll make the journey much easier.
Okay. And I'll head upstairs, I guess. Which room is your room? So I'm not just wandering in.
Okay, he'll tell you which
people.
room it is. Yeah, he'll tell you which room it is. Okay. So you'll find Lysander there. Yep.
Find Lysander. It said, "Hey, I came up with a cool new thing. Take a drink."
Yeah, take a drink.
Improved night vision.
Slurp it.
Yeah. An extra 30 feet.
To
Is there a
flare
limit
his
to how many
nostrils.
people can?
Pungent smell.
As many
Is there a
people
maximum?
No,
They can
because
drink?
anyone who drinks it. So as long as they don't just take a sip, you're good.
Rivers. I mean,
As
it's
long as
his
somebody
name.
doesn't down it.
He just needs rivers of it.
Okay. And anything
then
else, Darren?
Well, I tell them, I said, hey, this thing's got some protection qualities to it, to the cloak.
Oh, far out. Thank you.
Yeah.
Are you putting that on?
Let me get back to you on that. I'm thinking. I don't know if it makes sense to go with me, who has an AC of 15, or if we want to put it on one of the frontliners and kind of buff them up. So.
All right. Well, think about it very quickly, because anybody else doing anything? Otherwise, we will start the long rest.
So they have to attune to it tonight.
Yeah, you can do it during the rest. That's why I want to know before I hit the next button. Yeah, I was always switching around.
Roderick or Rivers went down a couple of times during that last fight, didn't you?
Yes, they both went down.
Almost.
Yeah.
Estimate taken, though.
Yeah, why don't one of you take it?
If you're basically giving us a choice, I'm gonna say Roderick, you take it.
Then
Right,
I'm
Roderick.
of course gonna. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Cloak of protection.
Yep. So inventory, go to Cloak of Protection, put it on, and then or add it, and then equip it, and then there should be a button for attunement on your inventory. You'll need to hit that as well. If you need help, let me know. Okay. Anybody else doing anything of note? Are you guys going to finally rest? It's been a long day.
Pray to me, Oscar.
Wrong game.
I'm good.
I actually pull out my bedroll and I'm gonna crash in the room with Lysander.
Okay. Got it. Okay. So everybody's going to sleep.
Affirmative.
All right.
Well.
All right.
Yeah.
You may all hit the long rest button finally. As the night carries on. Pat, while you're sleeping.
Before you go, Cloak
Yes.
of Protection description notes. What should I put?
Nothing. You don't need to put anything there.
Okay, I would just say. Okay.
Yep. You should just be able to inventory it, equip it, and you're good to roll.
Don't forget to attune to it as well.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you won't get the plus.
That is correct. I can check your character real quick. Make sure it looks good. I'll do that in the background. Make sure you're good. Pat, while you're sleeping, you drift to sleep against this back wall. Just kind of sleeping in the foyer uncomfortably, but okay. You dream this night. You seem to come to awakeness in a feather bed, much nicer than the floor you slept on. And as your eyes snap awake, you see that you're inside of what looks like a chapel of some sort. You see stone floor, giant columns, beautiful stained glass window, and the sign of what you would know to be the priestess. I'm gonna find the priestess's name. The priestess, one of the 6 priests of your of Calvis. You see the image of here it is, Eos, the god of light. It's a sun. Actually, the insignia you would see is a golden phoenix on basically attached to this altar that's in the middle of this church. As you wake up and you kind of get out of bed, just kind of rise up, you see a woman walking towards you. Beautiful, priest dressed in white robes. Kneels down next to the bed.
Can I move? Am I
Yeah.
startled back, like scooch myself back to the top of the bed, like sitting up, against the headboard?
She kneels down next to the bed. You're kind of sitting in it, and her hand immediately goes to your wound where you were burned from this creature, where the tentacles had wrapped around, kind of run your midsection and kind of burned you with this electrical charge that ultimately is what dropped you to unconscious. Her hand goes to that place. She just touches it. You feel this cool, refreshing sense come across you. And as you look
Thank you.
down at her, and you say thank you, she looks up at you. The face is Casimir's now. You see his face.
Why do I have a boner?
I was waiting for that from someone.
Awkward. You see Casimir's face, his hand still on your chest. But all around you, you see darkness starting to creep around this chapel. The lights, the candles all go out. Everything starts to go dark, almost as if the mist, this dark mist, starts to surround the chapel. The walls seem to be closing in around you. And behind her, you see another person walking towards you from the altar. Wasn't there before. When you look around the room, you turn back, you see Casimir standing there, but now you see another person, shrouded in all darkness, walking towards you, a black billowing cape, 2 red eyes, short black hair, not like Strahd. He has longer hair, just more clear, but kind of a paler skin, 2 red glowing eyes. Just walks towards you. It opens its mouth, and you see 2 fangs start to appear. And then you wake up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
If I wasn't cold sweating, start producing cold sweat.
Got it. Check. You wake. You're still back on the foyer floor. Rivers is across from you, sleeping.
Where were the servants' quarters were back through the house, right?
Yeah, back to the back.
Slap myself awake a little bit and run back to make sure everybody's okay.
Okay, so you kind of slap yourself awake and stand up?
Yeah.
Make a perception check for me, please.
Okay. Can do that. Can do that. Sorry.
Can do this.
18?
18. You snap yourself awake, and as you kind of get up and get ready to head into the down the hallway, you glance just kind of left and right, taking everything in for a moment. Your vision so crystal clear now. This in the night, the oil lamps have gone out, but you can see in this black and white vision. But you can see very far outside of the house, like through the windows, which you could
You're
barely
welcome.
see anything the night before. And you see something at the edge of the property. It's not there before.
Ooh.
You see a cart, big black cart, sitting there with 4 black horses sitting in front of the house. What do you do?
Run to the back
You can
room for
see-
everybody.
You see what you can see around the cart, like dust, like it's like still fresh in the air, like it just got here.
Oh my goodness. Wake I'm still in the front. Wake up Rivers.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Go ahead.
Rivers.
Yeah.
There's a coach outside. This looks like it could be dangerous.
As soon as he wakes me up, like hand to the hip, even though my sword's not on my hip, like straight like PTSD instinct, and then like process what he's saying, and hop up and look out the window.
Yeah, you do. Your vision perfectly. You see a black coach 2 lanterns on it, one in the front, one in the back. Beautiful red mahogany coach, black top.
Was
You've
it the
seen
one
this
that we
coach.
saw before?
You've seen this coach
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
as you look at it.
And the lantern on the back is out.
That's
Remember.
true.
It's missing one.
All you did was blow it out. Like, he could have relit it.
No, that was too powerful magic. He can't do that shit.
Yeah, you see this coach sitting there in front of the house, and by the time you wake up Rivers and Rivers, and you look up, you see the coach door open up. And a man steps out.
Go wake up the rest of them, lad.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, go wake up the rest of them, lad. Like shove Roderick, like kind of snap him out of it, and I'll keep looking out the window and get my quickly grab my sword, strap it on, basically, and then as soon as I can get back and watch the window again.
What you see is a man starts stepping out. It is not Strahd, to be clear. You see a young man, looks to be in his 20s, dressed very nicely. You see a nice white kind of puffy shirt, dark black, long cloak with a hood, short, what looks like blonde hair, although you don't really see in color, but definitely light hair of some sort. Step out. He's got a rapier on his waist, but you see him just step out of the cart. Takes about 2-3 steps towards the building, moves through the fence, kind of just pushes, kind of like a little picket fence, kind of pushes it aside and just stops there. Meanwhile, Rivers, where are you headed? Roderick. So, God, I'm taking 2 hours to kill me tonight.
Straight booking it.
Upstairs or towards the back?
The back would
Yes.
be
Back.
the back
Wait,
would be
Kevin and his marker in the back.
yeah.
Casimir and his marker in the back. The other 2 are upstairs.
Head to Casimir and Ismark first.
Okay. So you start making your way towards the back. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you start to do that. Ethan, you hear a voice. Rivers, is this like a run, Rivers? Roderick? Damn. You're killing me.
No. I was like, huh?
Roderick, are you like at a full tilt, like sprint to the back, or what does this look like? Just for color.
Yeah, I'm moving because I didn't actually see the person get out of the coach. I just assumed that it was Strahd.
Okay, got it. All right, so you go booking it down. You guys will probably be woken just by his boot as he was charging through the house. But you hear a voice, Rivers. Good evening, Blackthorns and travelers. My lord, Master Strahd, has requested the presence of Irina. He kind of gestures grandly to the cart. Please send her out. Did you hear? Anything? Rivers?
Is the window cracked open? Is it glass pane?
cracked.
Can he hear?
Well, you heard him, so.
Yeah.
There's no
Not
way.
exactly
You got the wrong house.
Yeah, pretty much exactly what I was gonna say. I'm not sure I know who you're talking about.
He smiles when you say that. Please do not make this harder than it needs to be, travelers. Send her out. Don't make us come inside. He smiles and you see two fangs when he says that.
And what does your master want with Irina? Why is it so urgent that you had to be here tonight? We had only just started resting.
That is of no concern of me or yours. The master gets what he wants. I will not ask again, traveler, whoever you are. Rivers, or Roderick, you're there. You get to the back room. I'd say Casimir and Mark and Ismark, you guys are both stirring. With the sound of him charging through the house. Ooh.
A black coach
Seems you
just
at the
rolled
door.
up. It's Stroud is here at the front door. You've got to get there.
What?
Run back to the front, as if to go get the other guys.
Okay. Damn. He looks at you and grabs his sword, which is right next to his bed. What are you doing, Casimir?
Swing my legs out of bed and shuffle towards the front door.
Okay, so you're going into the hallway. All right. He make a perception roll.
18.
As you shuffle out of bed, see Pat kind of gather yourself. Out the back window, you see 3 figures making their way towards the back of the house.
Oh boy!
They're
And
shuffling back and forth very slowly.
Zombies.
I'm sorry, 4 figures. I had that wrong.
No, you had it right.
What do you do with that information, or anything? Or does that change anything you just said? Ismark is charging out.
Ismark is charging out.
Charging out of the house?
No, it's out in the hallway towards the front. Out of the room. Sorry.
I'm going to go. Where's the back door? The back door is straight. Is through the kitchen, right?
Yes.
So
exactly through the kitchen. I don't remember even saying that, but yes, that is correct. So across the hall from you is the actual kitchen, and there you saw a back door. Absolutely.
I want to say you didn't say it. You did say it, but go back there, sort of like, and is there a table in there?
In the kitchen, there's like a butcher's block, sort of counter.
Push that in front of the door.
Okay. Give me a. Yeah. What's your strength?
12. 12.
You can move it. Go for it. Yeah, it's heavy. It's pretty beefy. Table. Slide that back. What's there?
Are there any lights or anything on back there?
No, there's not. It's pitch black in the kitchen. You have no problem seeing.
Okay. Yeah. I was just gonna say if there was a light.
There is a bay window, however, in the kitchen.
Oh, I see.
If that changes anything, once again, I'm gonna activate this map so you guys can see it. I'm gonna turn off the token vision so you can kind of see the structure.
Is it up off the ground? Is it up off the ground, or is it like
you
just walk? Okay.
Yeah, the window is up a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Look at the door windows, see if there's like a latch of any kind, and make sure it is latched. And
it is latched. It doesn't look like it's a window that can open.
Got it.
But it is glass.
All right. Yep. That's all right. This might slow them down a bit.
Yeah. So you close the door. You push the thing closed. So you're going to do that still.
Yep.
And there's the kitchen. There's the servants' quarters. For those looking at the map. I'll put you guys on the map when it becomes pertinent. Okay.
Where's the kitchen? I see it. I see it. Yeah.
Right across the hall. Yep.
You see the window? Okay.
If you go up the map, there's the second floor, and then there's. You did not see that there is an attic, but there is an attic as well. You did see an attic door on the second floor. It's up on the ceiling. You would have seen that for anything. It's upstairs. All right, so Ethan, what are you doing? While Kevin is doing that, Ismark comes charging in. Where is he? Pulls his sword out. Show him to me.
I think I would infer what he means when he says he and him. So I say not him, just a lapdog come to do his master's bidding and sort of like head nod out of the window and then ask, do you know him?
I do not see him, no. Rivers, what are you doing? You're Rivers. Damn it. Roderick, what are you doing?
Pat's away from his desk.
Oh, he is. I think he was running upstairs to wake everybody else up.
He was, yeah.
Yeah, there he is.
There he goes. Okay. Pat, were you heading upstairs Pat, to go get the
Yes.
others? Okay, you go charging up the stairs. Okay. Ethan, doing anything else besides talking to Ismark there? He says, no, I haven't seen him.
Yell out the window. This is your last warning.
You dare to presume to warn me? I am a servant of the Great One.
You're the lapdog of some evil monster. I care not. Leave now, or that's it.
Shakes his head. He kind of twists his hand a little bit, and you see coming from the other side of the cart, you start to see shuffling figures from the front of from around the front of the cart now come into view. 3 of them making their way towards the front door.
Turn to Ismark. Is the basement secure? Can you get Irina to the basement? Is there only one entrance there, or is she better on the top floor?
There's no basement here. We're on the lowest floor.
Shoot, hey Doug. Technically, I think we took a long rest. I took a long
Yes.
rest.
Yes.
But we
Everybody
did
took a long
not.
rest.
But we did not rest. All right, that was fine.
No, you guys. This is
Long enough.
Hours later.
Oh,
This is hours later.
right. There
Still,
was a dream
it's-
and all that. Got it. Right.
Yeah, this is the middle of the night, but yes, it's late or possibly early. You don't see any sun yet. If you went to bed at 9, I mean, it's been probably, you would think, probably at least 6-7 hours. It should be near sunrise. Okay, so that's what you say. You see these 3 shuffling figures appear around the far side of the cart, start making their way. Roderick, you get upstairs. Yeah, right there.
Strad's bang on the door frame. Strad's outside. He just rolled up. You got to get downstairs immediately.
Okay. You guys are awoken by that. As is, you see the door open as well, where Will slightly behind the others, as you see Irina appear. Wait, what? What is it? What is it? He is here?
Stay inside. Put my head back. You stay here. I think I might be losing internet connection. You guys all just disappeared.
You're still here.
Wow.
Darren, Drew. You hear the door banging. Strahd is here. Son
of a bitch. All right. I guess we're doing this already. Grab my shit.
He's excited.
I guess so. She was pretty. I mean, I guess I can see why he didn't want to wait. Whatever.
Darren, make an insight check. You're a smart, knowledgeable person.
Usually. 18.
As you say that, in your mind, I can see why you didn't want to wait. You can't help but remember that you had this whole conversation about taking her out of town in the middle of the bar. Pretty open area to have this conversation.
That damn guy polishing those glasses.
I was gonna think,
Well,
I'm like,
probably
where
with
does
the
that bring us?
Or the
Probably
fucking servants of him.
Yeah, the other 3.
Yeah.
3 people that admitted they absolutely listen in and spy for him.
But
Those 3?
I agree.
We only
though.
gave
That
him our
damn
wine.
guy- That damn guy
Bitches.
polishing the sunglasses, though.
You
It
know,
was-
of the 6 people that are here at this bar, 4 of them happen to work for Strahd as spies.
3 for sure. 3
No,
unapologetically.
no fucking shit, dude.
Well, too late now. You're
Yeah,
fucking
well.
right.
Yep.
Wasn't
You
me.
gave him enough time to rally up some people to make sure you don't leave. Okay, Darren, what are you doing?
I mean, Getting my shit and heading downstairs, I guess.
Okay. You start heading downstairs. You see Pat talking to Irina as you get out. And Drew, what are you doing?
If I see him talking to her, I look her dead in the eyes with my eyes kind of flaring to get back in your room. Do not come out here.
She steps back.
Just help me out with the house. Oh, I guess I can look on the map. So they're coming out the
Right. You should see them on the map. The three of them.
yeah, and so
And you're coming out of this. You're coming out of this bedroom right here.
Okay.
I'll start putting you guys on here, I suppose.
And so, are there windows on in this bedroom up here?
You've not been in Marcus's bedroom, so you don't
Okay.
really know.
But that would be the front of where the house is, correct?
The front is on the right side of the house.
Oh, I see. So there would be. Are there windows over here?
There are. You did pass
All
some
right.
windows.
Go over to the window and kind of post up at a vantage point, but also yell out like, "Yo, she's just not that into you." All right.
So you're going to post up at the window there. Calsolis, do you want to use the steps in the front or the back? There is steps in the back that lead into the kitchen as well. On the back side. Servants' steps.
Let me see that again. I would probably follow or go with Lysander and to the windows too. I'd go that way and see what we're seeing at this point.
Yep. Okay. So that's where you're going to be. Casper, you, Roderick, you're. All right, there we are. Okay. And I gotta get a fig for Ismark later. I'll just use this guy for now, just because I happen to have it. Okay. Yeah, this is what you see. As you guys look out the window, you see a couple of things I'm going to get to in a second, but I want to know, Roderick, what are you doing? All right.
I'm gonna stand guard at her door.
You're going to stand guard at her door. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to stay right. You're going to go back here. Down this hallway?
Yeah, and not say as I get there, forgive me, I'm keeping the door open, but I'm staying guard here. Please don't leave your room.
She nods. You do notice in her room, as you kind of look in her room, she actually has, you see some, looks like she started packing. You see there's some clothes and stuff kind of laid out on a little side table. And she also looks like she has a short sword sitting there as well.
Do we see the zombies or whatever from up here?
Yeah, you should see those 3 zombies that are on the map. I've turned off all the token vision, so.
She's actually a level 12 fighter, dude.
Yeah, I could just handle this.
Yeah.
Wait, do you guys want me to stay here? All right, I'll
as soon
stay
as
here.
Roderick walks away, I'm like, "Where are you going?"
You responding to that, Robert?
We can't leave her alone. I mean, someone
She's safe in the middle of the house. There's fucking zombies outside. Get your ass down there. The vampire can't come in the house.
Those aren't vampires. That's what they said.
Right, which means that they can climb their way up. They're not going to morph. They're not going to teleport into a room. Get downstairs.
All right. Look back over at Irina. Look at the short sword. Grab that short sword. Stay with me.
Okay. So you grab the sword.
Stay with me, and then go back to the back stairs.
Okay, so you guys gonna start making your way down the hallway there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. At this moment, we are going to move into initiative. Get it kicked off. We will not finish this tonight, but I'm going to go ahead and get it started. Where is this? This is the house. Rovian house. Where'd it go?
That's it. I'm changing dice. It's fucking bullshit.
There it is. Run. You guys aren't in the combat. Stand by. Let me add you guys in real fast. Manage characters. There we are. Alright, save it. Run and count. Alright, I see Calsolus is a 11, it looks like. Lysander.
11.
2 11s. Alright, I think I'll automatically put them in order on this one. Rivers?
19.
Got it. Casimir.
14.
Roderick.
22.
Oh.
Okay.
Roderick, at this moment, we are in initiative. As you see these, you guys see these zombies making their way towards the house. Roderick, what are you doing?
Go back towards, I guess, the back stairs, because that's going to put us...
You guys would have been up here
Okay,
to begin
yeah.
the round. So
Okay.
you'll start there. So you want to go ahead and make your way?
Yes.
She's going to move about 5, 10, 15. She can move to about there where I have you. She's got to go back into the room, pick up the sword, come out, and come around.
Okay, that's fine.
So she'll get to about there. Do you want to move ahead of her, or are you going to stay next to her?
No, stay next to her. Just wait for her and then full next round.
Rivers.
It's the door. It's like the front door that we're next to,
Yep.
right?
Yep, you got it.
I guess just ask Ismark. Should we stay? Like, should we let them in here? Should we? We can't fight outside, right? We need to to keep the thrall out there. Like, kind of, see if he's got an idea based on the vampire.
I agree. We don't need to deal with him. He can't come in here. We let them come. We'll take them one at a time. 2 at a time.
Yeah, I'll nod, brace my shield, give my sword a little twirl, and get ready for him to shuffle up. But I don't think I'm gonna actually take any. I'm in a pretty good spot, I think.
Yep.
So I think I'm just gonna skip. I'll. Yeah, go ahead.
Pat, behind you, the window behind you explodes. The end of the hallway. As you
Grab her.
see a winged creature of some sort appear in the window. And then another, 2 of them on either side of the 2 windows at the end of this bedroom hallway. This pterodactyl-looking creature with 2 pairs of wings and spines all along its tail. Its eyes glow with this kind of purplish gleam to it as it bursts through the window. And you see its tail kind of pull back and just kind of flash towards you, each of them, and you see a bunch of spines just go flying down the hallway towards you.
How many of them are there?
2 of them. You guys would hear that upstairs. You hear this windows crash as you see these 2 creatures. One stays back in the window. The other one is going to fly up, actually, and get basically... Yeah, actually, it'll fly up to you. Kind of land next to her and you.
Can I try to almost switch spaces with her
I'm okay with
to
that.
take
Yeah.
the range and to cut it off, from
Yeah.
getting to...
I'm okay with that. If you wanna, I'll essentially let you use your reaction to kind of push her out of the way and kind of get in front of her. If that's what you'd like to do.
Yes.
Okay, I'm good with that. The other one lands there. You kind of move her right as it lands next to her, and he's going to swipe at you. All right, the javelin spikes. Excuse me. It's coming at you. That is a 9 for the first spike. Goes past you. second one is a 23.
Well, that's it.
For 9 points of piercing damage as it sticks in you.
Don't move when it hits, but yeah, get loud.
The other one takes 2 swipes with his paws. 9 again, 8, excuse me. And 16. What's your AC?
Miss. It's 18.
18. So you managed to block it aside with your hammer. Okay, that's their go.
This reminds me of
yeah.
Isabel getting ganked out of Last Light In.
Maybe that's what I was going for. Never know. Let's switch to the map view, however, real quick. Boom, there we are. All right. It's weird. I can't see. Oh, there it goes. 30. So these guys come walking towards the front door. Still out of range of the front door, but getting closer. Kevin, your group makes it to the door this round as you've just finished kind of blocking it up, checking the window. You hear banging on the door this round.
Oh, excellent.
And they're going to make a with advantage 2 strength checks to try to knock the door, basically to push the door open and the blockades that you created. First push. Failed. Second group with advantage. Both failed. So they both you see it's holding. You see the door kind of being pushed, but it is currently holding. And that's the end of their go. Casimir, over to you.
Pat, did you put that cloak on? Because I think you should have higher AC.
That is, I think they said.
I never finished checking.
Oh,
I don't think it's attuned. I started
to do it, and then I got sidetracked. Sorry.
It doesn't show it's attuned, at least on his character sheet that I can see.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. I'll get it. Pat, I'm fine. Roderick, view. 16. Inventory. Attunement. It is. Oh, I don't even see it. It's not even equipped yet. Cloak of protection. Oh, you added it as a custom. That's why.
I did not.
Let me add you the
I had no idea
actual
what I
one.
was doing.
Yep, all good. Cloak of protection. I have added the real one on your sheet now. I've added it, and I have attuned you to it. If you refresh your screen, you're good.
Freshman.
All right, Casimir, followed by Calsolis, and then Lysa.
I am going to actually take. I moved my. There we go. Can I see if I move up here? Can I see them through the window where the bay?
Yeah, I'd say is? One of them. The one is kind of off to the side a little bit, kind of getting shoved out by the other 3. So yeah, you can definitely see one of them. Kind of this farm.
Right. Great. You know what? Actually, I'm going to step back here, and I'm going to cast Mirror Image.
Okay.
Mirror
Image on itself.
My eyes light like a bright red, and numerous other and 3 other images that look just like me pop up.
Okay, done. You moved about 5, 10, 15, 20, about 25 back there?
Yeah. Yep.
From the door. Okay, what else? Anything else? That's 20, actually.
That's what? I'm sorry?
That was about 20 movements so far.
Okay, got it. And then, no, just hold tight then in this moment.
Hold there.
Go.
All right.
Yeah. Actually, I'll 20. I'll go all the way to the back wall, and then just and can I mirror image? But I can have them wherever, right?
I think they're just right next to you.
Just right next to me.
Yeah, they create a disadvantage basically, or
Got it.
I don't remember which one this is. The one that is disadvantage, or the one that gives you chances to get missed, basically. It's one of the
chances to get missed. Yeah, it's chances to get missed.
Yeah, so they're basically right next to you. It's hard to tell which one's which.
Got it.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. Calsolis.
All right. So I heard all the commotion, so I'm going to run over here. I guess to right here and see what's what. That's not letting me move. Okay. Hold on. There we go. It's weird. All right. So, do I have an idea what these creatures are that I can see?
Let's take a look. Give me a nature check, please.
Me. That's not mine. It's like my one not set. 8.
8? No.
Okay.
Never encountered these before.
Nope. Okay. I see Roderick's fighting one, right? So I'm gonna sort of whistle for Irina, kind of nod for her to like move back towards us, and then I'm gonna pull out my crossbow and take a shot at the one that's next to Roderick.
Yeah, got it. Got her. She'll go last, or she'll go before Ismark. She'll be the last two to go. Just roll their initiative real quick. Okay, go ahead.
Ugh, 9. That was not
9
good.
goes wide. Just ducks underneath it, sticks in the wall.
Yeah. What's back? Okay.
What do you think of this? Hold on a second.
Okay.
Anything else, Darren?
No, not at the moment.
Lysander.
Yeah, so I'm going to. Let me see. I should check the range on this. 60 feet.
Yeah, you kind of imagine you're again right above rivers, basically.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
They're about 10 feet up, and then another 15 feet away from the house. So about
Okay. Yeah.
25, 30 feet away.
Yeah. All right. I just wanted to make sure that I had enough range on this thing. So
Yep.
I'm going to cast Sacred Flame at the Count Chocula back here.
Oh, that's the actual vampire.
Oh, yeah, you bet.
That's what I was thinking too, but shit's in the house, so.
I understand.
Okay, dex save, right?
Yeah, this is dex save.
What's my DC?
15.
15. Oh, of course, I grabbed the wrong one. Vampires. Accidentally grabbed the wrong one. All right, dex save 20. His flame comes from the window. You see him just casually, very just kind of moves, just kind of shuffles over.
Oh,
Looks
God.
up and just hisses.
Eat shit, you hot topic manager.
He responds, "You think you are safe in there from me?
You're the one creeping in the dark, like preying on like women. You're basically a Reddit moderator. I'm just.
Okay. That's your response. Anything else?
Yeah. No, I can't do that. I can't do two things at once. I was gonna use one of those as my vicious mockery, but next turn.
All right. She will go last. Ismark will hold since there's no one in the house yet. And she will move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 towards the back steps. I think that's the way you told her to go originally.
Well,
So she'll run. Oh, and she starts yelling, "Father, Father, wake up, wake up!" As she makes her way towards that other hallway. That's all she's going to do. She's got her little short sword with her. And then it goes back up to you, Roderick. We'll do one last round, and then we'll wrap. Oh, you're muted.
I'm going to go ahead and give myself a nice little shout of anger and activate rage as it kicks in to the next round.
Okay.
Um,
You begin to rage. Darren, as you see him kind of yell out with this scream, what does this new rage look like, Pat? As you do, something else kind of starts to happen.
So it's like being in an extremely cold environment when you're covered in like sweat, so there's like steamish coming off of you. It's got like it's bright-ish, it's light-ish, but it's kind of got an ethereal look of just almost smoky, I guess, rolling off of the skin.
Smoky light sort of coming off of you. Very anime-like.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm having trouble getting away from that.
Oh, that's okay.
And
As
it
you see
didn't
this
happen the last
glow,
time, right?
it did not. So there you see this kind of crackle of energy, this white light start to form off of Roderick and start coming off in steam. Go ahead, Roderick, you rage this bonus action.
I'm going to go ahead and
And you've never seen this either, Roderick. So I mean, as you start to yell, you start to see this color start to form around you. What's your reaction?
Man, give a look at the old biceps, and just bring it down right on top of the. So let's hope this actually does something and not just.
Hey, would you like to attack recklessly?
Oh yeah. Sorry, that's
Okay,
what I was doing. I want to use a reckless attack.
Okay, got it. Go ahead. 2 d20s or roll with advantage, however you want to call that.
2.
Right. So a 12 is your highest of the two. What's your plus?
Plus
with your weapon.
6, so 18.
18. That's a hit.
Yeah.
Yep, that is a hit. Damagios, please.
All right. Bludgeoning is 1d8 plus 6 or 1d10 plus 6. What was?
If you don't have your shield out, it's still 1d10 because you're two-handed. And did you use the 1 plus rage? So that's got the rage built in. So 14 points. So you slam this thing into it for 14. And then you do additional damage, right?
Yeah, it does. Sorry, I'm trying to figure the there it is. Each of the turns 1d6 plus 1.
1d6 plus 1.
1d6 plus 1.
And is this radiant?
Yes, it is radiant. So plus 5
radiant damage. So yeah, Darren, you see this crackling energy start to form around him, and it kind of coalesces around the hammer as it comes down, and you see it slam into this thing. Pat, it just goes slamming into the wall. Looks like it's almost stunned from the blast. It's not quite dead, but you can see blood, and one of its eyes is like half missing as you just kind of crush its head. Anything else?
Start running down the hall at the.
Okay, now because you have a Warhammer, you can, I do believe, your ability is push. So you can push this thing away from you and move it out of attack range. Is that what you'd like to do? Push it back?
Oh, actually, yeah.
Okay.
Give it the distance.
So you can move it back up to 10 feet. So put it 10 feet back. That's what the hammer does. So you just kind of blast it away. And then, yeah, you can take your movement now. No attack of opportunity.
Oh, man. Oh, I'm
go ahead and make your movement as you wish. Okay, and after you move, you done, I assume?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, you're going to run up.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I'm going to run. I'm going to slam him back and then run up, and he's going to catch a fist in the face of him. Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, got it. Rivers, over to you.
Did the zombies in the kitchen bust through the window, or are they just like knocking at it on his barrel?
You hear a lot of sound back there, but it doesn't sound like they're in.
And do I remember if anyone's back there? I can't.
You have not seen Casimir. You're a veteran warrior. You know he was sleeping back there. You have not seen him show up yet, so you could
I
assume
wanna-
he's back there.
I want to, if I can, I want to tell Ismark, like basically like yell at him, like command him, like go to the kitchen now. After I hear that, like in this turn, if I can, to influence him.
I forgot to take his action, so I'll just go ahead and do that on his turn.
Type.
At the beginning of the round there.
Okay, cool. And then as he like turns to go, and I can see like the zombies out of the window, I want to step into the middle of the door and kick the door open.
Okay, you do. Okay. Anything else? Are you just gonna wait there for him in the threshold?
I'm gonna wait like 5 feet back. I'm gonna like take a step back and brace myself.
Okay. Yeah, you can hold an attack action if you would like for when they get into range.
Can I hold an attack action? And will that count as action or reaction when I take it?
That is technically that is your reaction. Your action is now if you want to take it. Otherwise, you can use your held action. Well, no, it's not even a reaction. It's just your action.
Like if I have riposte, could I hold an action and take that?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Cool. I'm gonna do that then. That's a good call.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hold just a normal attack.
Yeah. Hold actions aren't something that comes up a ton, but I think in this kind of game, it's a little strategy.
Normally I'd run outside, but I think even in a battle, Rivers is smart enough here to know not to run outside to the vampire out there. Keep that threshold.
You do you. That's all I can say. You do you. All right, Pat, this nearest one closest to you. After Pat, it'll be the zombies, followed by Casimir. Pat, this one closest to you tries to scratch at you twice. These are with advantage this time.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 1 and a 4. Wow. Misses. That cloak continues to protect you as it sweeps through it. Next one. Next attack is a 15. So it's stunned from the attack. It just can't find purchase as it's swiping at you, trying to push you back. Both missed. The one in the window, seeing it's going to throw its spines at you, Darren. If you're in range, hold on, I may have to get closer. Wow. Come on, man. Good lord. Stop. Just in range. He's going to just throw 2 spines at you. First one is a 12.
Nope.
Second one is a 23.
Yep. I keep rolling a 23 in that second one, huh?
Yeah, I keep rolling 19s. I only have a +4. 2 + 2, 4. 4 points of piercing damage. Just nicks you.
Wow.
It's good wide. And that's their go. The Strahd zombies start making their way towards the front of the house. These two walk in. Boom and boom. This one will stay back and behind as it can't quite get through the door. But these two walk up to you, Rivers, trying to bite at you. First, your held action may go.
Right. 23.
That'll hit. Yeah, that'll do it.
That's for 7 damage.
Got it. You carve into this first zombie that makes his way in. Can you roll a d20 for me?
I can, and he also will have that sap.
Yeah.
On
Gives
his
him
neck.
disadvantage, right? Yep.
Yes. Yep.
Thank you for the reminder. Appreciate it.
D20. 20.
You cut its head off.
Fuck yeah, dude. Let's go.
It just dies. That is. I love these because they're the only creature in D&D that has its own, like, you cut a limb off if you do enough damage.
Yeah.
And 20 is head. You just cut his head off.
Yeah, that's the 20 I get. That's incredible.
Yep.
Well, that's the one you wanted, actually.
Right.
I mean, better than a crit at that point.
Yeah.
Because it's instant death. Mark that one dead. Nice. You just stand there waiting and take the first one down.
Head off. Give a very solid battle cry.
The other one will take its place then and just climbs over it. All right, first one. with disadvantage, these are each going to take a slam and a bite at you as they just start crawling all over you. First one with disadvantage is a miss because of the disadvantage. That's on these.
I'll go ahead and take my reaction right now, unless you want to do the other one.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Well, actually, the attacks will. Oh no, you go.
It's either way. It's just after a miss. So if you want to wait until you do the second one,
that is a miss. So yeah, you can go ahead and go.
All right, tied. So it's just a regular melee roll, right? And then if it hits,
another attack.
All right, tied.
Yeah, you add the damage if you hit. Yeah.
Oh, 7.
7 plus additional damage. What's the another D8, right?
No, 7 to hit, right?
Oh, 7 to hit. You're right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is a miss. You almost felt like you were going to connect. You just overswing it. Probably because the other one's kind of grabbing you from kind of the side, almost trying to get behind you as they're just trying to like grab you and pull you down.
It's a damn shame.
That is a damn shame. I was waiting for you to cut another back. It was going to be epic. Slam misses. He comes at you with his bite now for natural 20, of course. If he bites you, so that is 4 plus 1, 5, 9 points of damage from the bite.
All right.
Just bites into your shoulder as you swing over him. The other one will take a slam at you. There's a dirty 20, followed by the bite. This is a miss on an 8. So one more hit for 4 more points of bludgeoning damage this time as he slams into you. All right. Those are all the zombies, except for on the backside. Here we go, Kevin. They're going to attempt once again. Trying to break this door down. They are not smart. So they are just going to keep working on this door. At this point, they are not trying to force it open. They're just going to try to make rolls to damage it and split. Just click through it. Of course, then they'll still have something in their way. First one hits and breaks armor. Second one hits and breaks armor. I'm going to do the damage on that. See if it's enough to break the door. 5 points total. 7 points total. Not quite. Third one, slam into it. Hits, breaks armor. That one breaks the door. So the third slam, you see the door start to splinter and break. And they are going to start climbing over, basically climbing over the table. That'll become difficult terrain for them. So basically, these first 10, it'll take 20 movements to just get in past the table. I can't move the table, this is part of the map. But that'll be 10, 20, 5, 30. He will get there this round. Sort of like this in a squad. As they're just kind of crawling over each other, trying to get in. But that's as far as they can get this round. Over to you, Casimir.
All right, I am going to twin Sacred Flame, some radiant damage, and hit these first 2 guys. First 2 zombies.
You start to summon this light and split it in 2 for the first time. Okay. So it's dex saves for me. I can tell you these guys have terrible decks. So
that's the idea.
First one is a 6. Second one is a 3.
Nice. Radiant damage coming your way.
Yeah. Good. Roll damage twice. I'll make this.
That is a 4 and a 4. Really, truly twinned.
Yeah. And see, the front 2 get singed and burned. They don't seem all that bothered by the amount of damage that came through this round as they keep crawling over each other. Any bonus action or movement?
Yeah, movement. Isn't this the door right behind me?
Yes, it is right here. Oh yeah, there's a door that goes into the kitchen. Yeah, that's the servant's door. Yep, or into the dining room.
Dining room. How can I? Can you open it? I can't open it for some reason.
Done.
Thank you. Go in here.
Okay, good.
Okay, take my mirror images with me.
Yeah, they just walk with you. They mirror everything you do.
Great.
That's 10.
Did you close the door?
Oh yeah, I didn't mean to do that. Close the door
Okay, got
and move across the room again.
it. Okay, turn over.
Turn over. Yeah.
Okay. The vampire looks up at the window at you, Lysander. Looks annoyed. Hisses at you. Moves. You see him move to the front of the cart. So he puts his hand um, uh, on the little lantern on the front. Puts his hand on it, and you see the flame that was in there just sort of disappear and go into his hand. You see him kind of takes a step back in front of the cart, and you see him throw it at the side of the wall next to you. Just kind of, and you see this ball of flame just slam into the side of the house, and you see the part of the wall just catch on fire.
Oh, I thought he was throwing the cart. I was like, holy shit,
No.
dude.
He's
You fucked up your ride.
trying to go
Yeah.
roundabout invitation. Don't
Yeah.
need to get invited to the house if the house isn't there anymore.
It's true.
You see, you see part of the wall near you, Drew, just kind of right up there. That's all he does. Cal Stolas, over to you, followed by Lysander. This is Mark, and then we'll be done.
Do I see that the wall just caught on fire?
Where are you at? Yeah, I think you would see that. Yeah. I mean, it's not instant. Like this thing's like a candle box that's just going to go up. Yeah, you see some smoke, kind of, a little bit, but it's not a severe fire yet.
I'm gonna cast thaumaturgy on it and douse it.
Okay. Good idea.
Yeah. Thought so.
Okay. All right, that's your action, I assume.
Yeah, that's my action on this one.
Okay. Anything else? Any movement or bonus action?
And she ran down the hall, right?
Yeah, she's running towards those back steps there.
I'm gonna move around to the corner to get out of range of shithead down there, and just kind of so I can kind of keep an eye on her and Roderick at the same time and get out of range.
Okay. Got it. All right. Yeah, you move behind the wall. Lysander, you're up.
Yeah. I didn't like that, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to Sacred Flame this guy again.
Just
So
had everything to say about me putting out his fire.
Even on his turn, he can speak. That's gonna be a hit.
All right, here we go. For 3 radiant damage.
Yeah. You see that burns him, and you see him kind of rear back, looking up. Does not look happy.
Did he look happy
for
to
that?
begin with? I mean, this guy, like,
You
Kind of
will
his
pay
old
for
MO.
that. You will pay for that. All it says. Creature. Okay. Anything else? Lysander.
no, that's it.
Okay. She will run to this hall. She's going to make a couple of steps this way, yelling for her father. You hear a response. What is it, Adrina? A couple of quick exchange happens between the two of them. They've come. Wake up, father. That's all she's going to do this round. And then Ismark will run past the kitchen, or past the dining room to 10, 15, 20, 25. See, these doors are still open. Sees them. There's an army of them coming from the rear. He says, and then he will step. He can do one more movement. Step into this one, and he will take a swing. Two swings. He will take 2 swings with his longsword. One is a nat 20, and one is a 15 to hit. So 2 hits on this boy. Drew, give me a D10 for me. It'll be 13 maxed out plus a d10. $18. He carves into this one, so when Kevin smashed into you for 18 points. And then the second one, give me one more d10 for me, Drew. While we're at it. He puts it down. I don't need to roll to see what got decapitated or potentially decapitated. He gets through all the hit points in 2 big swings. He just chops it down to the ground. Only because Kevin did some damage to it. Just enough. That one he cuts through. And that is the end of Ismark's turn. And that is everybody's go. So with that, we are at time. Sorry, we're in a few minutes over, but that's the end of the round. We will pick it up next time right here.
Woo.